Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Them say me no fit jump, them say you no fit jump, them say we no fit jump. Them say me no fit jump, them say you no fit jump, them say we no go fit jump. I'm a girl when you want to move in a cha catch you walk.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
special prosecutor, if he continues to abuse his powers, then we may have to abrogate it.
On their side, the minority were not opposed to this call. However, they pointed out to what they describe as the hypocrisy of the majority when it comes to these matters.
When it happens to somebody and he's complaining about it, you see absolutely nothing wrong with it. When it happens to you, now you complain. So, Mr. Speaker, if he wants to invite the special prosecutor to come and answer why his friend, and today he's complaining because it is his friend.
But about an hour or so later, when the Speaker of Parliament himself took the chair, this matter came up again. According to Alban Bagbin, the special prosecutor, that office that was set up has simply not lived up to the responsibility that it was entrusted with.
We cannot continue to allocate that huge sums to the same office when we are not getting the results. This is one of the agencies we should be looking at.
The majority leader, Mahama Yariga, who was opposed at the time this office was set up, did come in again and insisted that there must be efforts, whether led by the government or from within Parliament, to repeal the law that set up the office of the special prosecutor and abolish the office.
Mr. Speaker, the office has been in existence for how many years now? Close to 8 years. Tell me what is really the achievement of that office. I believe that it is high time that this Parliament reconsiders its decision to approve the establishment of the Office of Special Prosecutor. I think that we should abolish it.
Samuel Abu-Jinapor, who is a member of the NPP, says the NDC have the numbers. If they are so minded to do this, they should do so immediately.
The political party that opposed the establishment of the office, the member of that political party who opposed it in the 8th Parliament, today majority leader, leader of government business, in the wisdom of the Ghanaian people, they have given them a super majority.
In the coming days, we will know whether Parliament will take any steps to abolish the office of the special prosecutor. Reporting for Joy News, Kweku Asante, Parliament House, Accra.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
You understand? So beyond the breaches, we also alleged breaches in natural justice rights of the petitioner, and among other issues. Yeah. So you see, we asked for a gamut of reliefs, which includes annulling the entire results and then also asking for a rerun. In fact, in there, you would find that at some point, if the court finds it fit, it could order for a recollation. But we have also demonstrated that when the witness of the Electoral Commission took the stance, he indicated that about 93 BBD machines had been destroyed, some ballot boxes. So if we were to do a recollation and a party, per chance, exercises right of objection, we have to go down to the primary materials, you understand? Which materials have been destroyed? Some of them have been destroyed. So I think that, beyond the case we put before the court and we let evidence to show, juxtaposed with Matthew Nindam's case and that of the EC, the judge found favor with our case. Also because like I said, the procedure for conducting elections is probably as important as the vote itself. Exercise. Because if the votes are tainted, you don't really get the right results. Yes.
Okay. Then I recall.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! You can get up! You can get up! Don't let me speak.
Yes, Minority Chief Whip.
Speaker, Speaker, my colleagues should bear me out. All the occasions that it matter, we had cooperated. If you're a man, speak into the microphone, and we'll reply you. So, you can say whatever you want to say. No, but let me make it very, you cannot scare me. You cannot scare me. Whatever I want to say, I'll say it. If you want to speak, rise up and catch the eye of the speaker. You cannot scare me. You can't. What can you do? Speaker, I'm saying that to the extent that since we started the consideration of the estimate, largely we have cooperated with our colleagues. Even where ministers are absent, where committee chairs are absent, we have cooperated and staged the needed compromise. Speaker, we've had enough for the day. And hence, we will call for an adjournment, a due and adjournment, and a deserving one, of course. We are calling for an adjournment because well, for the records, we want to make it very clear to you that you cannot scare anybody here. Now, until Pandai is resolved, government business will suffer. Get away. Get it clear. Get it clear. Until Pandai, I put it to you that until Pandai is resolved, government business is going to suffer. And from henceforth, you keep telling us you have 189, 185, and then 4 independent members. Go and marshal your numbers and come and do your business. Until Panda is resolved, we on this side will not cooperate. We are saying it again, we will not cooperate with you. Nobody is going anywhere. Well, we are not moving. We are not going anywhere. And so, Speaker, we have made that point, and we will continue to make this point. We are not obstructing government business. Now, we believe that governance is a continuum, and we must continue with government business. However, to the extent that you want to twist our hands, to the extent that you have conspired to twist our hands, I put it to you that government business will suffer. So, Mr. Speaker, we are not doing any business. We are not going to cooperate with you until Panda is resolved. And we are telling you this. Chief, we'll get it. Government business will suffer, and you are going to suffer. And if you think we are going to go home, nobody is stepping out of this chamber. Nobody is moving out. So, Speaker, we have had enough for the day. We must deservedly adjourn. And then when we come tomorrow, we'll consider whether we'll do business with you or not.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Those against adjournment say no.
That includes officers of the OSP, security institutions, representations from the Supreme Court, hand-picked journalists, and civil society organization leaders. The shocking disclosure was confirmed by the host of the show, Mr. Samson Ladi, who named Yoko, the Ghana Police Service, Church, and the OSP, and also representatives from the Supreme Court, judges, as some of the members on what, in our view, is a cabal. When Mr. Ayene, who is presumed to be independent host of Newsfar, explained that the government set up the WhatsApp group because we have been given work to do. What kind of work? We have been given, the government has given this group work to do. He exposed the rotten. This is yet another irrefutable proof of President Mohammed's and the NDC's blueprint for an elective dictatorship. What has been exposed by elements of this dark governance is the secret government-run virtual meeting place created by the office of the president to ensnare our nation's most critical independent voice and institutions. Supreme Court judges, special prosecutor, investigative agencies, and handpicked journalists are all on the take and on the same page, the page written and controlled by the NDC. This is not about fighting corruption. It is about muzzling the fighters of corruption. It is about fighting the fight against corruption. It is about corrupting anti-corruption institutions. The scheme is now clear. Criminalize the opposition in the false name of anti-corruption for partisan gains. 2, compromise and muzzle every watchdog, TSOs, judges, journalists, unions, clergy, from seeing, hearing, and speaking evil against government. Ghanaians need to know, are journalists and CSOs leaders being paid for this conspiratorial service? And if so, are they paid with public funds? They must come clean on the job they have been tasked to perform. These are legitimate questions Ghanaians are asking. Democracy cannot function when security agencies, anti-corruption bodies, and elements of the judiciary engage in secret collaboration and in conspiracy with selected media and civil society actors. Such a dark and crooked enterprise neutralizes transparency, weakens accountability, and risks turning independent state institutions into instruments of coordinated partisan control. If these disclosures are accurate, and the evidence presented thus far suggests that they are, then Ghana faces one of the most serious institutional challenges independence of the OSP.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
To conspire with journalists and CSOs. 2, Yoko and police officers sharing information outside official channel may breach professional ethics and legal obligations. 3, judges appearing in informal networks with activists, media actors, security agencies, investigators, and prosecutors risk undermining confidence in judicial impartiality. These are not features of a healthy constitutional system. The MPP therefore calls for the following action. Full public explanation from the OSP and other institutions regarding the purpose, membership and operations of this secret WhatsApp platform. A parliamentary inquiry into this matter, with all relevant individuals and institutions called to explain their roles in the nature of this group activities. 3, an audit, where necessary, to determine whether confidential material has been shared outside authorized channels. 4, administrative, professional, or legal action where any breaches of protocol are confirmed. And 5, full transparency from any CSO leaders and journalists who are participants on this secret government WhatsApp group. These developments reinforce long-standing concerns that some influential voices in the media and civil society are not operating with the independence expected of them. When actors who shape public opinion coordinate secret and state institutions, confidence in oversight, fairness, accountability.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Time coming, but pay attention.
And we have made reforms to make sure that we address issues of communication and prevent our opponent from always going with propaganda against our party.
But Justin Kodia Frimpong raised
the news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
And then my menu and ya the frame, Mamma Shamia, Misha Tuntum, Sansendi Braba. Ghana for Kotuaba, Ghana for Kasai. Ya the to me a share President Mahama and the NDC Fonse. Na sa to me I de Mamma Kamia Koya on person of Ghana for no moon. Afinie, Ghana for the to me a share one sa. Nyanka yepe huni impuntuo nya yepe huni ebosha omo she Ghana for 24-hour economy kebeye yie na ye adwuma enei eni ho nya Ghana for epe eni ahoto enen kane abo ya tutum ene insuo bo ya tutum ene se meka sei galamsei ye tuwa ma ya seye bibia ene aginsemu aye tantantan. NDC for the gold board aba eno ena ma galamsey no kwa edi enya sanse omoto eye gold ifi galamsey for yo intene NDC executives nyina no agensem e wo kwaye mu sey ya kwaye ne yensuo ba bia obefa bia NDC executives essay yewura President Mahama e shebo se obebo ya kwaye hu ban ene ye hwe ne yesi na emom ne abeyan na adwen ne se obeka obi akasaboa ahye ne yam ne enyo mo dia no omo pese omo fa ekwan boni bi so na ebedi wonsa ye beka ya yenim kwan ya ye de Chief Justice afaso ewiase afa na nyina Commonwealth kwa kaseti ai ene yeyi ye maame afiri so enche mo hu a omo asa sponsor eye petition bia ye pese edi electoral commission ene na chidifo efiri ho nano ye koda ne sore ya pandai honorable Matthew Nyindam wedding kunim enye manu mienu ne miensa ne nan ne oha ne ya hanu bi no didi nkunim o empem miensa achirei ahanson ene aduasan nan 3,734 votes no didi nkunim NDC for tabri asemi di court. Omo di court no omo ankasa omo num asem omo di court. Omo say 41 out of the over 150 polling stations no and omo ho asem ka. In fact, omo adansi ni a omo di ko gina adaka mu kra no. Ono kra ne ka say aba omo ka ho asem nyina no be 500 votes pe. Anuanom ni adofo amahyiamu ha. Esi there na 500 votes. Na a 41 polling stations honinti no. Judge otena dwom e Tamale. Enam kwati kwan so. Echinchim ye mbra no. Esi ye mbra ne tirase. Na osi wetwa abatoa ye to ye ni nyinaa mu. Asefem. Ghana mbra no eda di pefe. Se ansa na ubetwa eye abatoa bi mu no. Yedi kan also kyeremu se enema bi kɔ so a etieti amra. Na saa nneɛma na ɛkɔ so a etieti amra no. Saa nneɛma na ɛwɔ nsunsuanso a abatoɔ no ɛyɛ ne ebie firi mu no ebetumi adane ani. Yewra Honorable Martin Yindam ewini abai 3734. Omo de omo asɛm kɔ court ni sɛ o aba no 500 pɛ. Ɛna ɛho wɔ kyi. Esi den na court ɔtena adwam no etimi twa ɛyɛ abato a yɛkoto wɔ ɛyɛ Pandai constituency nyina mu. Emu ɔwerɛm. Emu ɛwerɛm. Empo wotie ensɛm a ɔfa so a ɔso ɔde atwa mu na ɔsi o na parliamentary candidate no ɔno a ɛnni collation center parliamentary candidate yi so ɔno hu sɛ ɔdi ntwo no ɛna ɔso a ne manfoɔ ɛna ɔmo kɔ yɛ tutrasɛm ɛwɔ baabi a na ɔmo yɛ collation no ɛkɔ sɛn nneɛma ɛpaapae nneɛma ballot box yi ɔmo hye no afei na ama ɛhɔ koraa yɛ hu ɛno ne nam so ɛma electoral commission ka sɛ saa na ɛteɛ deɛ a ɛne aba no ɔsɔ ɔmo de kɔ baabi foforɔ na ɔmo de kɔ Tamale so ɔmo kɔ kenkan judge sɛ san sɛ ɛyɛ petitioner no anaasɛ NDC ɔmo candidate any hunti no watwam emra no so nkyerɛ saa
music is food for the soul.
Say a returning officer.
Music is the interviews and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Anasa ɔmo na musi ni bi ni hɔ no mo a yɛtoa so ɛkenkan aba no ɛde tudwa ɛma ne yɛ yie. Judge
the news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Forgive us if people develop impunity in terms of abusing the trust that people have put in them. And so that's why we're resourcing the Economic and Organized Crime Office and the other anti-corruption institutions, including the Office of the Special Prosecutor. And recently, there have been some controversy with the Office of the Special Prosecutor. I think it's premature to call for the closure of that office. The unique thing about that office is it is the only anti-corruption agency that has prosecutorial powers to be able to prosecute themselves without going through the Attorney General. And so people had mistrust with the Attorney General because the Attorney General normally is a member of government and is a minister of state. And so they believe that the Attorney General will be very reluctant to prosecute his own. But if there's an independent office like the Office of the Special Prosecutor, it won't matter who you are because they have security of tenure and they have prosecutorial powers, whether you're a member of government or you're a member of a previous government or you are anybody who has, misappropriated public funds. They have the law is behind them to be able to prosecute you. So I think we should give them a little time. Of course, people want to see, more prosecutions and more results. And so I'll just urge the OSP to speed up, some of these investigations and, show people that the office is still very relevant.
Most people don't know that you...
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Office. In a recent meeting with the National Peace Office of the Special Mandate before considering its closure, many Ghanaians believe will be served, regardless of the individual's position.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Has this conversation or have these demands come to you as a government that the office be scrapped, and is the government going to consider that or considering it at all?
Well, first of all, let me say that, again, Ghanaians are free to run commentary on public office holders and what they perceive to be their outputs. So if someone is of the view that a similar treatment ought to be meted out to the office of the special prosecutor, they are entitled to hold such a view.
But as a
government, as far as I sit here, the one who will call such a shot will be the president himself. Because the OSP's office was created by law. So I'm sure a process to reverse him should not be difficult to identify. But as I sit here, let me indicate and state for the avoidance of doubt that I have had no indication or communication from the president. As far as we know,
are those reservations or misgivings justified?
But I'm saying that in terms of the right of those individuals to express their views about the OSP and the functional necessity of that office, they are entitled to those views. The OSP was set up by law. So any move to the contract would have to go through due process and law.
You've been in office for...
If you let me land. Okay. And it has to go through the rigors of parliamentary scrutiny. But the point I'm making is that as I sit here, there's no indication from the boss I serve, the president, that he is going to take any such action.
Okay.
As an independent prosecutorial body, how do we assess its success or failure, and whether there's any merit to calls by MPs for it to be scrapped? So, for example, December 4, Bagwin said, stop throwing money at ineffective OSP. And he was speaking in relation to the office, not necessarily the person. I'll read highlights of that for you briefly. And then Mahama Yariga says, abolish OSP, empower AG to fight corruption. Two very, very serious stories that have come in this week on the OSP. Now, let me start with the Mike Okwe story. Graphic, page 13 today. Story by Emmanuel Ebo-Hoxton and Justice Agbenos. He says the Office of the Special Prosecutor has come under intense public scrutiny, with some notable personalities calling for it to be scrapped, while others insist it should be maintained to continue spearheading the fight against corruption. Leading the crusade for the OSP to be scrapped is a former Speaker of Parliament, Professor Mike Aaron Okwe. According to him, quote, a special prosecutor may not be necessary at all in the Republic, unquote. In an interview with the Daily Graphic, he explained that the proliferation of institutions was not ideal, calling for the strengthening of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions under the Office of the Attorney General to effectively deal with corruption cases. The story gives the background to the challenges within OSP and Mr. Kpebu. He says the calls for the OSP to be scrapped became more profound after private legal practitioner Martin Kpebu was arrested and detained last Wednesday, December 3, by the OSP. Mr. Kpebu was on premise of the OSP to assist in an inquiry relating to an allegation made by him that the special prosecutor, Kisi Ejabin, acted untoward in the investigations against former finance minister. He was supposedly arrested after an altercation with a security staff member on the premises. Throwing more light on his stance, Professor Michael Okwe said the OSP should be abolished through a private member's bill, with the focus shifted to enhance the office of the DPP. Quote, there was a DPP called Jekedako, and we all know how strong he was, and his prosecutorial experience and strength. Prof. Okwe, under whose tenure as Speaker of Parliament, the OSP was passed. OSP law was passed. He bemoaned the proliferation of institutions to deal with the same things, leading to overlapping and limited results. If an institution is weak, strengthen it. You don't go and create another one, he said, stating the role of investigative bodies such as the National Intelligence Bureau having overlapping roles with other investigative bodies. Now, there's an aspect of the story that my guest in studio disagrees with. So I've asked Isankuma to explain. Is this surprising to you?
Yes and no. How long has the OSP been in place?
2017. So
8 years.
Or 20.
Are sufficiently well-heeled to hire the best legal talent to raise every possible technical legal objection. And so we also need a bunch of prosecutors who are sufficiently savvy and knowledgeable in these areas of the law to be able to prosecute these offenses. That takes time. Look, how long did it take us to set up the OSP? My learned senior, Mr. Martin Amidu, was screaming his voice hoarse about the lack of facilities. Even Kisia Jabin, when he started, was screaming his voice hoarse as well. It's in recent years that he's been given the money to set the office up. Before the office could crawl, we say, kill the baby. Why are we in a hurry? Look, I'll tell you what. Parliament has a great aversion to all the independent institutions, that even those that are set up by the Constitution.
Parliament has a great aversion to independent constitutional bodies.
I'll tell you what. For years after the Constitution came into effect, the Auditor General had never bothered to assert the independence of disallowance and surcharge. It took us to go to court to get a court order to compel the Auditor General to start disallowing and surcharging. At least according to the World Bank, by the time we killed the Auditor General office again, by declaring the occupying Togolese and declaring him retired all of a sudden, the Auditor General had recovered 65 million cedis for the Republic of Ghana. This is according to the World Bank. Okay. Then we decided that he was doing too much work. But the interesting thing was that in Parliament, there was a debate, I think the vetting of a Minister of National Security, where between the minority and majority, they decided that the decision we went to a Supreme Court for, Occupy Ghana as the Attorney General, was too bad. They should find a way to go around it. I remember we issued a statement challenging that, and they immediately backed down. So whenever the institution starts showing any independence, our Parliament tends to get antsy. Right? And I think that the people of Ghana must tell Parliament, guys, take it easy. Let's allow the office to grow. My best friend. Let's allow the office even to make, look, yes, there's a lot of learning to be learned. I don't agree with everything they've done. There are lots of things they've done that I agree with as well. I think that, look, we are talking about the whole weaponization of bail. This didn't start today. We've been making this noise about
the news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, on Digital Online.
You are there for about 6 hours, nobody will speak with you. By the time they speak with you, they say the inspector to sign your bill has gone home. You are in for the weekend. And we all suspect that all of these things are purchased. They are acquired. They are transactional. Right? And so bail has been abused for a very long time. So let's lance that boil. Let's deal with the issue about these onerous bail circumstances, and they know that you can go to court and set it aside. But by the time you get a lawyer and go to court, you've been in jail for a week. So they succeed in doing that. Let's deal with that. Parliament should rather pass a law to regulate the grant by bail outside court so that it is not abused. Instead of Parliament doing that, they want to kill the OSP. Look, the people of Ghana must tell them that, sorry, we don't think that we should do this.
I know you have some suggestions on how to reshape it for it to work better. Let me come to Professor Kwesi Pempe to see if I can speak to him briefly. Prof, thanks for joining us on the show. Good evening.
Benny's. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, on Digital Online.
Being an elected member of parliament. So this is somebody who actually contests on a party ticket, can get elected to parliament, and then he becomes attorney general, he or she, and then is possessed of this power solely to prosecute any crimes. Now, if we want to fight corruption, and usually this, I'm not saying that this is something that only politicians do, but the idea is that, look, we have had a problem perennially fighting political corruption. Political corruption being corruption involving, politically exposed persons. And how are you going to be able to do it credibly when the person in the seat who might
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, on Digital Online.
That we raised the issue in this chamber. There was comment on both sides of the House, and there appeared to be some consensus about dealing with the office by way of reconsidering the existence of the office. The Speaker then gave an indication that we know what to do as a House if we feel strongly about whether an institution should exist or cease to exist. Pursuant to that, I did submit a request to the Speaker to grant approval for a private member's bill
that this
calling for the
budget
repeal
is
of the office to be considered by the Committee on Private Members' Bills, and the committee did sit because when I submitted the bill to the Speaker, co-signed by my colleague, the Majority Chief Whip, Speaker did refer the bill to the Private Members Committee. The Private Members Committee sat on the bill and gave approval for us to lay the bill, and I signed it. It is true also that yesterday there was a statement, not a letter, a statement by His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama requesting that I reconsider my decision. Mr. Speaker, we all know that two heads are better than one. The popular saying is that two heads are better than one. So if His Excellency the President also has some thoughts about it, and I also add mine to his, I believe together we can find a better way of managing the situation. So I can assure you that I will take on board the request by His Excellency the President for us to think about our action. And I can assure you that I have always had confidence in the wisdom of the President. I have always had confidence in the wisdom of the President. Indeed, if I didn't believe in his wisdom, I wouldn't have voted him to be a president. And so, on the basis of the request made to me by His Excellency the President and my colleague, the Majority Chief Whip, I want to assure you that we will reconsider our decision. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Develop impunity in terms of abusing the trust that people have put in them. And so that's why we're resourcing the Economic and Organized Crime Office and the other anti-corruption institutions, including the Office of the Special Prosecutor. And recently, there have been some controversy with the Office of the Special Prosecutor. I think it's premature to call for the closure of that office. The unique thing about that office is it is the only anti-corruption agency that has prosecutorial powers to be able to prosecute themselves without going through the Attorney General. And so people had mistrust for the Attorney General because the Attorney General normally is a member of government and is a minister of state. And so they believe that the Attorney General will be very reluctant to prosecute his own. But if there's an independent office like the Office of the Special Prosecutor, it won't matter who you are because they have security of tenure and they have prosecutorial powers. Whether you're a member of government or you're a member of a previous government or you are anybody who has, misappropriated public funds, they have the law is behind them to be able to prosecute you. So the people of Ghana will not forgive us if people develop
the news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Let us commit ourselves to principled leadership, to procedural fidelity, and to the understanding that this House is a guardian, not a manipulator of the law. Legitimacy of Parliament depends on our consistency The legitimacy of Parliament depends on our consistency, and we can't do otherwise. And consistency depends on our willingness to obey, not our political impulses, but the clear dictates of the law. Speaker, we strongly submit that the letter that was filed to the Electoral Commission was out of place, was unfortunate, and flies in the face of law and procedural justice. We submit strongly to this House that that letter must be withdrawn by Parliament forthwith, and we must act and stay consistent with the pronouncements of the chair, for that matter, the Speaker, on this same matter. We in the minority do not agree to the writing of this letter. We make a strong position that that letter must be withdrawn forthwith. And as a cradle of democracy, we must be seen to be setting a very good example for the populace of this country to follow so. Speaker, I submit to you that that letter must be recalled. That letter declaring the Kwanda seat vacant must be recalled immediately. It must be recalled immediately. It cannot be. It cannot be. The situation cannot. And we on this House, on this side of the House, cannot support that decision. Ghana is a fledgling democracy, and the least we can do is to support procedure, is to support the provisions of our law, and to stay away from decisions that flies in the face of logic and procedural justice. We are totally against it. In this House, we have worked in collaboration and in cooperation with our colleagues in the majority. Even where you don't have your numbers, we have allowed you to lay papers and do all manner of things. This decision will not stay. This decision will not stay. And Speaker, we humbly call upon you to instruct the clerk. The clerk must be instructed forthwith to withdraw that letter and act according to law. I so submit. I thank you.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Ghana, Mali, Sumanguru, you know what you're shown. What where what you're shown. So Timbuktu, Ghana, Mali, Sumanguru, you know what you're shown. Manchester, you know Sumanguru, you know what where
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
HighLifeNT.com.
Okay, good afternoon and welcome to our weekend news review. Over the next few minutes, we will take a step back from the daily headlines to reflect on the stories that shaped the week. From the major national development and global affairs, to the issues impacting our communities, we will revisit the key moments, provide context, and look ahead to what they could mean in the days to come. So thank you very much for tuning in to the Hot Digital Online Radio. This is the best station in the diaspora. And so today we will take a closer look at the major stories, that shaped Ghana's news and the entire nation over the past week, from development of the seat of government, parliament, economies, just security issues affecting community and everything, right here on the show. Now, we would also, as usual, take three main issues and we'll put them on the table for us to discuss. So basically, as we do mostly, we would actually look at the trending issues that took place or that circulated in Ghana, and then we will do our discussions. So thank you very much for tuning into Hot Digital Online Radio. It's the station, once again, the best station in the diaspora. I'm your host, Roya. Welcome to the Weekend News Review. It is your opportunity to catch up, reflect, and understand the stories that made the headlines across Ghana this past week. And it was mama obia akwaba na mama achin so we Hot Digital Online Radio na Efremi Roya. Mama akwaba deba ye weekend news reviewer no da kusiada no a opportunity over to me area catch it up na ye to me I reflect na fe so yate na yate ase ama stories and answer in sama depending etashe Ghana na in the next few minutes you better revisit the key development issues are also with regards to the seat of government, parliament, courts, economic issues, any policy decisions in your might affect your livelihood. I mean, we look at the entire issues that trended Ghana dependano na enye kwa mebombo dianze say ebetimi ahwe some of the major news international front so etumi ekoso me gidi say embre ya adomina say opportunities be muso a ya de sports so be fem kakra na ya boni na aposo na afi ya de akọ yenim. Now what we do ni say wabra mede stories ni na atudwa no yebeyi miensa eye titiri pa wom a eno no esefata se ewo se yedi hu nkomo efifim ebobo edi abobo wana se yeyina church ya adwen ho na yehwe se asosenia enioma ekono sana ewo se eko ana na afi yeyanesa na nyeso as timemfo as oma mba pano yetumi enso enwoni ekoso na yeyanesa no wie na embre ne bemu am mebie phone lines no na wonso wabem na afi wode aba enti medawasipa se wenyabre ajebre na afriso why crowd say ubeka me ho na ewie ya share the weekend news review ewo Hot Digital Online Radio. So ena obiati we the best Ghanaian station in the diaspora memo akwa bebio na Michelle Bosse senada no it's going to be a focus on context, balance, clarity to help you make sense of the news in Ghana and beyond, and also have the opportunity to also have your say on the national issues in Ghana. ma metwa me ho sema ketewa bi na me ba yɛde bɛhyehyɛ so a yɛnkyɛ koraa metwa me ho aba na yɛde ahyɛ ase
highlifeng.com.
Auntie, Sabri, what's your umbrella? It is 12:15 exactly. So in the next 45 minutes, I'm going to make sure that I, put the issues across. I mean, do the review, with regards to the most trending issues and our stories are also the pain, and then we proceed from there. You say most of the sound bites have actually given you a lot of clue of the pain also in the seat of government, parliament, and then the nation at large. Now, my main anyone shall say in free crater at the minimum most of the issues now also depending. Now, the pain in summer now, just say from I think at the beginning of another middle of last month, and summer FROSP, say, yedi ho abobo bebre, kopem say, and I say every say OSP, Eche Martin, Pebu, Etumuno, say, and one semono, aye bebre, Ghana for. Aka afifi mu edi hu komo bebre at the point to say kobane se kopim ewo the parliament house na the majority of the parliament omo position on those issues na eno and the character ya adam enim say Ayariga Dafiamepo present private members bill to scrap OSP. And until say a proposal to abolish the office of the special prosecutor OSP has landed in parliament with majority leader Mahama Ayariga and majority chief whip Roxanne Nelson Dafiamapo introducing a private members bill made at fully repealing the office of the Special Prosecutor Act 2017 Act 959. The Office of the Special Prosecutor Repeal Bill 2025 dated December 8th seeks to retain full prosecutorial authority over corruption cases to the Attorney General in accordance with Article 88 of the Constitution. The accompanying memorandum argues that the OSP's 8 years of operation have exposed structural and constitutional weakness that have undermined its effectiveness. It contends that the creation of the OSP in 2017 resulted in duplications of prosecutorial powers between the Special Prosecutor and the Attorney General, leading to friction, overlapping mandates, and unnecessary delays in criminal proceedings. According to the lawmakers, this dual prosecutor module has generated inefficiencies rather than strengthening Ghana's national anti-corruption framework. The memorandum also cites the high operational cost of the OSP, noting that its budgetary allocations have yielded limited tangible outcomes, fragmentations in prosecutorial policy, and challenges in sustaining long-term institutional capacity under parallel administrative systems and further highlighted. let me just jump and then go forward. The bill processes consolidating anti-corruption prosecutions under the strengthened Attorney General's office, which would operate specialized anti-corruption division. This, the sponsors argue, would eliminate the need for a separate statutory body, enhance efficiency, improve accountability, and streamline coordination across the justice sector. Expected benefits include reduced administrative overhead, better budgetary control, and a single vote head, improved development of skilled prosecutors and investigators, and greater value for public funds. Transitional cost of integrating the OSP into the Attorney General's office are expected to be absorbed within existing budget allocation. But me bonnet of or say Honorable Ayariga, Mahama Ayariga, any Dafiamepo, a presented private members bill saying ka yemfenyi OSP no free a one. Now we no say a proposal of the abolish of the OSP's office no equalande ewo parliament no majority leader Mahama Yarga any majority chief whip Roxanne Nelson Dafiamapo introduces say sa private members bill no embrace say e wo say yi sa special prosecutor act no 2017 no Act 959 no. Na etre say enwunya say e wo say yeyi. Now ono no say office special prosecutor bill no 2025 no started from 8 December. Na eno na nka hwehwe senka ebe go through. Ana senka ebe sen akọ prosecutorial authority your friend is saying over the corruption cases yedema attorney general na eno no any article 88 of the constitution no then pepepe na memorandum eka ono argue say ana say challenge say office of the special prosecutor no 8 years na was hold the adwuma no ne structures any ninio ebino utum say enkoyi na afisu so kra constitutional weakness bi woma undermining the effectiveness. Just say the structure, senior, the modules, senior, the operation city, any the constitutional way of operating. No, just say we should create any constitution way muanka and shada mu yedra. I was say Sadbury office no etna. It sounds say sanya no ema ne effectiveness and I say senior obeye juma na ne juma no ebe so ebe koye na aso abapana say yenya result papa bi free no o say eno no eniwo na eno na sadie ya omo presenting no contend the creation of OSP you started from 2017 no at the band then omo it has some duplication bi Osha and no need senior aircono. I say we have similar operation with the Attorney General. Inti and no Osha Attorney General senior Oyan in Yoma any senior OSP Nisusu Ayan Jumana. It's as if it's a double office BIA created in Ghana. I no crack and say it resulted in duplication of prosecutorial powers between the special prosecutor and the Attorney General. Na eno ena otre say a lead to friction into ne banasana I say any Attorney General no I say omuntemu enkoyi anaso omu inyoma ye no enkoyi I say wonchu bem friction bi bem na eno so e overlap mandate no na afi so ema say bia ye prosecute criminal issue bi no ema delay bem you know let us say enkoye so brofono say it leads to friction, overlapping mandate and unnecessary delays in criminal proceedings. Inti say nka ya share bia government official bi area sika bi na wose ahwehwem na ye we no because of this duplication with regards to the Attorney General's office in Inti and massa delays in number Emma office no ne ho emba mfaso emma Ghana for. Into also according to the lawmakers no honorable Mama Yariga ni honorable Dafia Makpano. Omumia no kyerɛ sɛ saa dual prosecutor model na say ɛwɔ office of special prosecutor no ɛnyɛ efficient na ɛma yɛ Ghana anti-corruption fight framework no so ɛnkɔ yie. Nti ne tintini tetia ina ne sɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛnyi mfiri wɔnom. Nti ɛno no ɛbɛyɛ wuya ɛwɔ Parliament of Ghana. Na ɛno no majority ɛde ɔmo deɛ bae. Minority oppose Ghana fo so bebre na oppose. Na saa particular issue yi say anche ɛna the president of Ghana so ɛde ɔno nso na afɛ mu deɛ ɛbaeɛ. Na ɛno na me ɛyɛ me na kakra sɛ the leader of government business Honorable Mama Yariga yenim sɛ ɛba government business a ɔno ɛna odi anim nti in the layman's view no yɛbɛfiri sɛ whatever he presents in the Parliament of Ghana no we assume say that is the direction of the president. In fact, that is the voice of the president, and that is the the mindset of the president, because he is the leader of government business. He is the leader and presenter. The representative of the president in the chamber. Whatever he brings out, we the people of Ghana assume say that is exactly what the government is saying. That is exactly what the government want to do. When they presented the issue and the fact say OSP ni on the ground, people thought so that is what the president want to do. Okay, Nti Mama want to scrap the OSP. Oh, okay, because people thought that is the position of the what? Of the president, because this was coming from not anybody lesser than the leader of government business. The chief whip, Mr. Defiama Koso account. So in this case, Ghanaians accepted it. This is the position of the entire NDC government. But going forward, the story changed. I am say the president also did what? Also brought his stand with regards to the same issue. Say the majority stand of the issue because the president was of the view say the issue of the OSP it was premature. Say nka yebe discuss it at this time. Na eno na kakra. Say government business leader baba present bibi the House of Parliament to the whole nation. Na we take one man position say this particular issue sound up say echo. Na afi so government so ni different view beba say sa idea no say it will be a premature stance say sa office of the special prosecutor everywhere and also criteria them in interest say it is premature to call for the scrapping of the OSP and president nankasa ena ono so all kasa de kire Ghana for na eno na say ye reviewer me ayemana kakra say the government leader in parliament who represent the voice of the government, the president who represents the position and the direction of the president with regards to whatever comes from him, no, Ghana for the enemy said that is what the president wants to know, and answer want to do, no. Na kakra say, getting this position and having contradictory stance between the leader of the government business and the leader of and the president himself, no. Na ama entiase emba the what's going on in the government. We will tackle it, and when we get there, we will do the review properly. But as part of the trending issues are also the pain. This is what happened. The president having different view, the leader of president's representation in the House of Parliament is also a different view on the same issues. We would go into total and we would speak much about it. But in the meantime, let me proceed on with some of the other major stories. The pain epetuja. The pain also and I yet say the Okada legalization and so epetuja say now government has legalized a operation of Okada no enkoso ewo Ghana. Na eno na krata say Okada riders react to passage of Road Traffic Amendment Bill. The commercial motorcycling Okada business may soon be fully regularized following Parliament's passage of the Road Traffic Amendment Bill, properly known as the Okada Legalization Bill. While many Ghanaians had previously called for a ban on Okada operations, the development has sparked renewed debate about what the new law means for riders and the public. Ghana Web TV on December 12th visited part of Accra, so for reactions of the people. Now, those who spoke to the team expressed excitement and urged the government to expedite the process by assenting to the bill so that they can operate legally without fear of harassment. The pain, commercial motorcycling, in friend Okada, and on one Ghana, wa share a quantintin ne traffic, which me edi be 1 hour, 2 hours, now with traffic. But then Okada to me no fast and over within a short period of time, But then so your name the other disadvantage of South Okada operations in Ghana no. Parliament ajatum say Okada no sisiano yen legal na yen operate Ghana. Intimino ka say Parliament for ajatum, which means say the people of Ghana has accepted say Okada no enye ejuma. Na senior krata itre yene amanfo kasa o Ghana almost yo ni aya no no kwanso ano no. Disregarding the disadvantage of Okada, any disadvantage surrounding it. Na eno na sisi aye twen say president ordinance abeden besiso na afi yero ntino enche bia maybe in the few weeks to come Okada will be operating legally in Ghana. But the question we are asking is as a developing nation, as a nation we want to move forward, as a nation who, and can you move forward, look at better systems to actually make our transport system more fortified, more convenient. And now, if you say at the end of the day, government paying more money to develop the nation. Is the Okada the right way to go? Disregarding and who disadvantages and risk in your echo kokawuni na. You want to say, a campaign, but it looks like it is ever true. Of course, we can't dispute the relevance of it because most of in crossing, because of the poor nature of our roads, the only means of transportation is Okada. Instead of fortifying our roads, instead of constructing our roads, are we risking our lives in the hands of Okada? Oh, I believe, say, Ghana and Kasano, we should have been able to move to a standard in the transport system. No? If government can be more serious with the busing system now, in I think say in Quebec, it will do a lot of good to the system. Sa rikiti trotro na Ghana na kunkuma manfoni na nkenke ya scrap ni na as a government. Sa same drivers na ewo Ghana ni na o employee ni na nke yenya buses aba Ghana na nka buses na yejuma. I think say inka we will not be risking our life for Okada. In our face so traffic will be minimized. And then train system no so nka ye take train system ni serious. We will not be risking our life to Okada. Because the truth is that we can't underestimate the risks that Okada poses to our roads. We can't underestimate it at all. But here we are. It is now going to be a legal operation. Is that the direction we're supposed to go? Is that what can help the system, can help the nation? Is it like, say, we are lacking foresight for a better transport system? Because the truth is that I know, say, because of the traffic issues, and Afime State say when you go to most of our villages, Okada na the main means of transportation, I think, say, if government could have rather pushed to, constructing our roads in our major, villages, if we can pump monies into our roads, you see, and then get busing systems to, actually transport people around, whereby the government will even have more revenue to do what? To take care of the nation, and I said to develop the nation, to push the nation forward now. I think and that would have even created more better jobs, more decent jobs for people. Because imagine all drivers, because the truth is that especially this rickety trotros just say it's high time we have to move away from there. Government is Mr. President, and I say Ghana free, and Ghana leaders some person one of the areas I would have seen is we should look at having a proper national transport systems. It's high time we have to move forward so that we can have a better, convenient, comfortable, and resourceful transport system for the nation. With this, it can even create more decent jobs for people. Because imagine, say, government decide to, every district, at least two buses are more. Don't find you now employing all these trotro buses all these rickety cars and then chrome, sir, even sense pinton in your money and chroma, nipper tim cries a ya parking nippers a sardinia, a corn nipper banana, and say, just a moon, your money at cost of traffic in all these things would have been a thing of the past. The nation would have been better, sanity would prevail, transport system would be more comfortable. But it looks like that's not what we are seeing. Sometimes you ask yourself, it's as if, say, we see, but we can't see far. Sometimes that's what implications means. Say, we see, but we can't see far. Because, anyway, that's why mostly, when I talk, when I analyze things in this way, I'm feeling say, bia, sikasam, nyasam. Yini sikai betu media ye. But look, it starts with what? With the willingness. The willingness. First of all, you to me tackle your rules ye. Secondly, A to me, sa loans ya ye no maybe a yen faso no. Nanke di criticize this opportunities here. I think say inka ye transport system no. Ebe den inka ehun bete. Na manfo A to coin, more comfortably. People's life would have also been saved more comfortably. From January to December, almost over 13,000 people or so have lost their lives to just road accidents. Road accidents. You see, I don't want to dwell much on this, but that is what I feel. That's what I see. Saying as a nation, I know, say, we may not have the capacity for now, but sometimes taking the right direction, Emma in Israel, no, better no. I think it helps than some things. Be a Okada no kran kofo hin kran ebetumi aye we ya. Ebetumi afa na afeso kran no revenue sen kran the government enya film. You see, so then the problem is in the planning of the whole nation. That is what I think. But let me move on. My other stories that obviously prevailed, and they say minority so Eddie Atuja say Honorable Mama Yariga the Fiamapo was some resigning. It was our OSP scrappings and seminar, and also Ebetu Japa. When I come back to this issue, we will look at that. Issues be so and also a rainy bias up panda issue panda rerania abeya was say yako na yakoto abafo frono eno ena krata dem anymore so say Baumia slams parliament for undermining precedent democratic tenets. Now, I say former Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Baumia has expressed disappointment in the apparent undermining of the democratic institutions in the country in the Pandai parliamentary issue. Despite an appeal process filed by the Member of Parliament for Pandai Martin Yandam, challenging a High Court order for the 2024 parliamentary election to be rerun, Parliament wrote the Electoral Commission declaring the seat vacant, and the EC has subsequently announced a date for the election to be rerun. Both Parliament and the EC have come under criticism for ignoring the appeal process, and the former Vice President has also taken a dim view of the raw deal being handed to the MP, which he said goes against democratic principles and precedents. In quote, to say the least, I am very disappointed with what is going on in our country. It looks like our institutions of democracy and our tenets of democracy are being undermined, Dr. Baumia said in an interview. The issue of Pandai with Marty Yandam is not a new issue in our democratic politics. We have had issues with Dan Abodakpi, issues with Techikwesin in Asin. Basically, you've had the House allow the legal process to take place and be exhausted before state institutions are sub-pleaded into acting into ways that undermine democracy, end quote. And the crowd say, Ghana former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Baumia say, why very disappointed, pa say, apparent, issues are apparent undermining of democratic issues institutions Ghana no and who say Pandai parliamentary in some seminum. Now I say that's why I say appeal by the Pandai parliamentary member no Honorable Martin Yandamano na nka all challenges say High Court enhwe na Sare one and Sansamano enka ye hodu on or say or no Mr. And I say or no Baumia no adeɛ no wedi ɛyɛ institutions no ɛho hwɛmɔ paa na ɔse ɛyɛ parliament ɛne EC no ɔmo nyinaa no ɔmo aba under criticism sɛ ɔmo hwɛ na due processes ɛbɛkɔ so ɛwɔ yɛ amembu mu a ɔse wohwɛ a against yɛ democracy ɛyade bi a ɛntɔ yie koraa na ɛno na ɔno Baumia no ɔka sɛ to say the least no wayɛ wedi nhwɛmɔ paa sɛ nea ɛkɔkɔ so wɔ Ghana no nkani sɛ kɔsa na ayɛ no nwanwa ɛna afei so wayɛ very disappointed about this happenings in Ghana na otumi hu sɛ ayɛ sɛ yɛ democratic institutions no sisi aso no ayɛ sɛ saa institutions no yɛbu institution no si no enimitia na ɔse panda issue no ɛne nea ɛkɔ so sisi ano ɛnyɛ democratic ɛnhyɛ kebi mamin kebi mu ma na ɔse wohwɛ issues bi te sɛ dan abodakpi ɛne Gyachi Kwesin nsansam no ɛwɔ ase no wotum sɛ ɔmo nsam no yɛma kwan ɛma embre yɛ adwuma democracy yɛ adwuma ɛyɛ powers a ɛne institutions ne aka nyinaa ɔmo nneɛma a wɔsɛ ɔmo yɛ nyinaa yɛyɛ ne nyinaa ma bibia yɛ exhausted ansana yɛka sɛ finally ni yɛnkɔ yɛ rerun nti adɛn nti na kwanda nko adeɛ yɛanyɛ ne saa na ɔsɛ ne sei no ɛma kebi mamin kebi no ɛmu ɛnyɛ den anaasɛ ɛnhyɛ kebi mamin kebi mu kɛna ɛwɔ Ghana nti ɔno no ɔsɛ saa indecent haste with the MP no kyɛ sɛ ɛyɛ biribi a ɛnyɛ fair court process na ɛndeɛ mama parliament ehu sɛ nea ɔmo ayɛ no deɛ ɛnkɔ yie koraa na ɛnyɛ democratic ɛma yɛ democracy no ɛmu ɛnhyɛ ma ɛmu nyɛ den ɛtoto n'ase na ɛno ɛnso ne deɛ a ɔde bɛto dwa you see what is currently happening no ɛyɛ biribi a ɛyɛ asefem kakra I have been of view sɛ nka megye di sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ nka nneɛma bi saa no abotrɛ bam na yɛtumi ɛhwɛ because one of the things a yɛn nyinaa yɛbɔ mpae sɛ Nyankopɔn ɛbɛboa yɛn ɛne sɛ one Ghana bɛnya asomdwe ɛna afei so kebi mamin kebi no yɛbɛtumi ahyɛ mu kena na asɛm bi ba a ɛyɛ institutions a yɛle wɔn down no obiara bɛyɛ n'adwuma pɛpɛɛpɛ na afei yama pɛprɛyɛ ɛne nukredie ɛna afei so fairness etumi ayɛ adwuma ɛwɔ Ghana nti no Ghana no yaba to extend say we have become the beacon of democracy in our nation na nea ɛkɔ so sisia no I know say it is very very strong politics whereby MPP bar they have the way they go about our institutions NDC Suba they have a way they go about our institutions but at the end of the day you the listener no ɛna na pay me bisa say wa wo hwɛ a nea ɛkɔ so no is there balance? Is there a room for democracy? Yama democracy ho kwan. Yama democracy mbre. See, what I believe in is that we can't achieve democracy if we are in a haste to carry things through. You see, we should be able to give everybody the opportunity to, exalt their democratic procedures and processes are ever on my anymore. And you say, eto de bia ye ne obi ya adwino, but in maybe wo na by means of common logic no, utumu say, inka ye ne sa nka asomdwe ebeba. Adenti ena in maybe wo ma yema encode through the process because see the way me say there is no way the evil can prevail over good. And there's no way lies can prevail over the truth. Dian nukal ebetumi adedi. Enti sa panda insansamene de esi fine. It has become highly political. Say, ye pese ye seat ni bi. Every the current your friends a minority no. Sinebe ya yebenyam absolute super majority. Yatete titimbo say enya no nkra there are other targets of other seats ya to abani ye wi isa ye na adwuma ewi bi be pese ye. But no question me pese me bisa ne say. Intino at the end of the day no, what happens? The presidents as you say no ye denedi ewo Ghana no kwan so ano no ana na eba ne se anase kwa ne se sisia no ya to aba wie na aba no ntoi no enyam besisi ye pintem ni nzemzem besisi ye na enunti asam no aba no sisia ye yi court e free mu kra no na trese nyemma court kra mbrimpo na court nhwehwe nsem no court so nka ne je se okay asam no ade na esi ye no some pentem ni si ye ndi o de bia pentem ni si ye no result na e wo no yen hwe no ne mfen declare. We are not giving the rule of law opportunity for that. Into what is the repercussions is here? Say ochine bi no say ye bibi e to aba na say e bia obi fin say enko yi a should we resort to pintem senior be ya ye betimi distracting no because you say e bia dey no dey no ni obewini no or power obetumi e dey age ni also ni opiana. You see, so sometimes, me, what I believe in is say, it is peace that must prevail in the whole nation. Now, peace in this so ebe prevail. We have to give democracy and the rule of law chance. And now, if you maybe emboa na de president bia ebama or chinebino obi afa advantage. If you so sana and dano echo ye into this time so sana me no and no not just say. We might not be moving forward as a nation with that. And I think it is something that Ghanaians, we must all open our eyes, talk about what we can talk about. And I feel so, let's speak against some of these things. We should put our political party colors aside. Now, I feel let's be between, because after election, we must all know, say, we are Ghanaians. Senior Beya, our democracy would always lead us. That is what I believe. Let's roll the issues for the institutions to do their work, for the rule of law and democracy to do its work. At the end of the day, no, ni obe wini, and as at the end of the day, no, ni obe dincho. Nembo say, yebe rashi. Na yema institution in democracy and yejuma and no bon sa the end of the day no hardwin kakra. And me I think say it can make the government of the day unpopular. Me I wish the government of the day with the super support of the people. And me I wish you think a government obama nukwardie ni transparency ni pepeyo ni institution na ye adwuma na nka government ni goodwill no akoso because I for one don't want this government to be unpopular. Because we share government what's the opposition for 8 years no asen ba na Ghana for agina to no me sometimes you maybe coaches here government and just say ehun baba nsama because I wish the government could have continued to enjoy the goodwill of the people. But how can that be possible? The government should be able to say, Obama institutions no ayom edwuma. Fintin no kululu enkoba. Senior beya. Inka government no obenya ni dimpa. But ekama ye say, this is what is happening. I leave it here. But my message is that I will say Ghana no, let's allow the institutions to work. Say men copying yes institutions in yes rule of law ebe yejuma eno there I think say we must put our party colors aside and then ensure say the right thing will be done, because what happened is say ahead there and ebe you be ochina no ebe yewo. You see, that is the issue. Intino, my message is that as Ghanaians, I'm talking to Ghanaians, not party people, but Ghanaians say, I will say in your maybe sound, let's stand as Ghanaians. You see, anything that obstructs our democracy, ending the rule of law, which gives us the power, which gives us the freedom, which gives us identity as a democratic nation, and which is the emblem of our peace. I think say when we get to those stands and issues now, we must be Ghanaians and protect our what? Our destiny of democracy. See, be able continue. Na ya enjoy ya somdwe. Na afi so no yetumi akọ yenim. Esan say omano atete ne pinipini komo a. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Until when can there be absolute peace? Maybe you may say absolute peace is not possible, but when we work on it, we can. I'll leave this here and move forward to other story, and possibly we will tackle the three more, and then I will just open the phone lines and you come in. But then in the international world, we say Russia could attack NATO within 5 years, says alliance chief in stark new warning. Russia could attack NATO country within the next 5 years. The Western military alliances chief has said in a stark new warning. Russia is already escalating its covert campaign against our societies, Mark Rutte said in a speech in Germany. We must be prepared for the scale of war our grandparents or great-grandparents endured. He echoed similar statements about Russia's intentions made by Western intelligence agencies, which Moscow dismisses as hysteria. Rutte's warning comes as U.S. President Donald Trump tries to bring an end to Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, launched in February 2022. Ntebusia sisia no UK ha ya wono Europe ya wono chase say Russians and some no boye ina kokose wanhwa akono ebisia ena no na me ready say UK crown no say Russia etuneni si if I say UK so say wanhwa ode ekon kra no bi ebeden ebeba ase na we ena krata de manim no say Russia ebetumi a extended one ediaba NATO countries kra yetim ye na ye kan wo bi na o say no by 5 years time ni one sha ebetumi aye possible sir enti NATO chief Mark Rutte o say yenye ready say ye be prepared for anything Russia betumi diaba. Now say Russia no or escalate the campaign say oba attack sa NATO countries UK ha ye can be. Now say e was say ye prepared say sa we no esia e betumi den ye betumi attack and as e betumi esia no. We must be prepared for the scale of the war our grandparents or great-grandparents endured. Sa okunya Britain for omon nananom great-great-grandananom enjoy no one sha ebesan amani trisu bio. Na otra and I say o make similar statements ewo Russian efa Russia ni intentional o make it by Western intelligence and say one sha obema sa adewe AC na obo Europeans and then the NATO countries ni na kokose omonhwe na yen den yen make sure say saade no yen den enkoba na we international issues in me make catch and say we no I will say na ye bompae na saade we enkopin enkoba ase and then no wutie mi e wo krom ha sei wutie mi wo Germany wutie mi bebia wutie mi wono. We must pray. Say, sa akoko no enkoma ni chisu wa say. And so this is by way of information, which I believe say was na ye bompai edema we no obi manso ensensem entino eno no you know empire na yebebo say asomdwe ebekoso ewo Russia and Ukraine ensensem no mu se ne be ya yenso yebenya yasomdwe because imagine say Ghana nankasa yesi enkoyi ahano so a yewo ye peace of mind so imagine say ahano so sa ensensem ebema ne musu wa ha say Russia be maybe say o attack NATO na bia kan UK ya de be fa ne enti empire na yebebo say you know the peace process will end well. You see, so the whole issue is say iriase nankasa no sometimes it is just by prayer. You see, because sometimes the word you know inka adenti na yentumi nka enkasa yen use diplomatic means bi na nka yemfen sesi enyom sama bi, you know, but I think say it goes beyond sometimes nipa no ye control, especially sans and semia starting 2022 as you say bedu. What I was saying is that we must all pray for the NATO countries. I'll proceed on. It's almost 1 o'clock. I'm proceeding on for you know, main issues, and then I would obviously open the phone lines to come in. Wouldn't say bro nyamba na local government in Ghana so eden semsembi atudwa or say local government minister announces 1 week nationwide cleanup. The Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Ahmed Ibrahim, has issued a clear warning to all metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives, MMDCs, to improve sanitation in every community. Consequently, he announced a 1 week. A 1 week nationwide cleanup exercise from Saturday, December 13th to December 20th, stressing that he and his team will conduct unannounced inspections to hold local leaders personally accountable for filth. The sweeping ultimatum is part of a national effort to ensure a clean and welcoming Ghana ahead of the critical Christmas and New Year festive season, a period that sees a massive influx of diaspora visitors. Mr. Ibrahim delivered a sharp message during an unannounced inspection tour of the several Greater Accra municipalities, including Ayawaso, West Wuogon, La Nkwantanan, Madina, and Adantan. Sebujan, Krata say, a local government minister so the pain or the summer to be say, Yanshena, announce 1 week nationwide cleanup, Yemfensi, Ghana, na mi Krata so far, or say minister no. Minister for Government and Religious Affairs, Local Government and Religious Affairs, Chieftaincy Council, Mr. Ahmed Ibrahim, we issue clear warning say metropolitan for municipal district chief executives any niakani na no enhwe so mbe improve sanitation awunsisie unsem ewo Ghana na consequently no one announce say ya the 1 week 13th of December ekopim 20th December no endra and start or say yemfansi wo na yemfansi the whole country na or say ni team no oba be inspection say na be ya obetumi who do sa nkrofo we responsible na or say sweeping no and say CC na yen no a national effort to ensure clean welcoming Ghana wombra yebedi Christmas any festive season no say na be ya awawa yeba Ghana no yeba be to say Ghana clean na Ghana and ye bad na we or make his statement to Abel Koshia Ayawaso we're going in your now some maybe say should we only clean Ghana for Christmas or the sanitation issue must be an issue we have to tackle and make it a national agenda say Ghana will be clean. So the question I'm asking, cleanliness in Ghana ahead of festive season, Ghana must be clean for life or just for Christmas season? When you come in, you share your opinion. so that the authorities that be say we shouldn't think say yes Ghana just because our war any diaspora for Ghana anything else yes Ghana. I believe that it should be part and parcel of us. Oh, because we share senior fee eduko or manimu, especially our coastal areas in your manamana. It is very sad. Intino, we need to what? We need to put proper measures to ensure say cleaning and making the nation clean, you know, a part and parcel of us. But not just for Christmas. And I said not just for festive season. And then in summer, and then maybe say, should cleanliness or taking away filth, tackling filth and cleanliness, should it be a life issue with us? And I say it should just be for Christmas. When you open the phone lines, you come in. And I feel so. One last story, the pain just say, Mesafim Kakra, we share Omani Boama, senior, na yam say, you know, ye na insio ese no na yam asifim pa say Ghana, aso ye meteorological agencies no omo ye adwuma na. How come say opinion a wasum Ghana say Ghana penimo pa na yen to me. I know that this one is natural, but Charlie, in Ghana no we can't see ahead in who say oh sad brain so beto insio to me to entino yen to me in ye be a ye no ye be hu say ne what I'm trying to say is the meteorological services in Ghana effective? Because what you say near ye openi bi say pa na yi na insio be distracted insio be say uni potopoto frama ni insio peja canopy no na to no train me na say me say irade Ghana kechi pao. I don't think that this thing will go on in a country that is developed, because by the time this day will be issued for this purpose, no, it's already known. Said this day, insio beto. Until they can't fix this at this particular time. Meno, I'm just trying to draw attention on Yaka and the need to enrich our science and technological institution. Equip them for proper reason. I mean, equip them, because I can't think far. I was just surprised. That is why on this platform, I'm just asking, say, do we have our meteorology? I know we have it, but are they, how on earth, say, this will happen? I don't think it will happen. Maybe I watch your videos now, you will side with me and you will understand me better. Say, a nation after 68 years of independence, a nation, proud nation as Ghana, we can go through such way. Your National Meteorological Institute, another commission, another whatever, almost you ye basing your obi a wasum mine na ye penekra be se nichi yetumi ama eye no asai say no na eyemena kakra. So all that I'm trying to say is we should be serious in our country. We should be serious in our country. We should take something seriously, because you may be one man. Yes, what you know, I want to ask you. It's like we are not focusing on certain things. We because we are not developed. But until when would we continue to tell ourselves we are not developed? We are not developed. My main last issue no tudja na yenko yenim. Now, Mekano earlier said the majority led by the government business leader, Mama Ayariga, any Dafiamakpo, Edibetu just say, Yenyi OSP no, infree. But we and the government is also a president himself. Ebe can say, it is premature say, ye best crappy OSP no. Ordinary Juma etu jani nyama no. Or say, a premature to look at that no. And none and there me pesa which wa be say. Do the contradiction and as a contradictory position taken by the president and the leader of the government business no? Does it suggest a sink in the NDC government, or a disarray of the NDC government. Is the NDC government in sync? And I say, what is going on? Because what do you know I want to say, and I know, education minister, ebe money, ebe can some effort, education, kwala yebe yo mutini nyoma, anche ena yehu, foreign minister susu, ne point ne di order to wa, untu say total contradiction with regards to that. Interno yebisa say, is the NDC government in sync? NDC government no, then ekoso, omu ina no mo nam kwan kroso ana, omu kradwen kra na, amembu no mu bu no, omu kradwen kra na amembu no mu bu no, omu ina omu adwen yekro, ana obia ye ne de e NDC government na e rule Ghana no. Because with what has happened, government business leader, okra different direction. Na government nankasa na president nankasa so okra different direction no. Eno no royal person there, ochre wadrin. Do you think the NDC is in sync or it is in disarray? Usu say NDC government no, omu ina omu adwene yekro, amembu no mu bu Ghana no. Omu adwene yekro, omu nim nyoy emo ya, eno no bebo Ghana, ana say obi akra na adwene. Eno no wan sha na eha Ghana. Na eno no minority there, omu say I was say, Mahama Yariga, any Dafia Mapo, resigning because we share senior Ubianka, Mumudi government business government business in him. Na mototo to papa sono. It's like you are leading the country into a pit. Into also I'm resigning. Ewie me de sansa mi en saying tuja. Na masama mi bisano say na mekaino. Number 1. Do you think the government or your NDC no is in sync or is in disarray? And half is also with the issue of cleanliness, should it be part of the nation? And now we should just, because Christmas is coming, we should clean the nation. And half is also, Abia, lastly, I want your comment on the seriousness of the Ghana Meteorological Agency in the nation. Because Yentuminyan states funeral say na insuber disrupting everything. Are we serious in the country? Phone lines activated. You can come in and share your opinion on the line.
highlifeng.com.
So the phone lines are 07908443338, 07908443338. You can come in any of the issues we've spoken about. You can share your opinion. You can bring your perspective. But you are entitled to actually also share your perspective on any of the issues we've reviewed on the show this afternoon. And the phone lines, ebio, pacho 07908443338. And only mobile, but me afre. Sanso ena WhatsApp and so the same number 07908 444 3338. Obet me afre na wonso edwodiaba. Is the NDC government in sync or it is in disarray? Because a nation where the president is president has a different view, government leader also have a different view. NDC, we have different opinions about issues in the country. Is the government unified to lead the country, and what is happening? What's your opinion? And the rest we've discussed about. I had one caller, but he couldn't stand. Oko, to me, Abim. Phone lines activated 7908443338. 0790844333. You can come in with your perspective. Na afi yanko yenim ukada. Is it a way to go? Because you legalize it. I can say president in Sabesi so. Na yako na ayejuma ewo Ghana. What's your point of view? You can call 079 08443338 and then you come in. And see, minority no, they have the view say Mahama Yariga and the Fiamapo was some resigning because they are misleading and that's almost to papa so. I say omunim ni omuye or the country. I've got a first caller on the line. But we didn't live with Refi.
Hello, Roya.
Yes, sir. Akwaba.
Yeah, Frank.
Yo, Frank Akwaba. What's your perspective on the issues?
I'm in here with you for Mutu. I'm in here on Abu Kennedy, Japan. Next president of Ghana for year train. Remember about Roya? How are you, Juma? I know permit you when some audio to Ghana. Now, I didn't come. I'm in touch on Maneboma issue. I think the whole Ghana you hear repentance. It's a sort of man is because it looks like there's a case to be, and I said there's a kind of democracy be at all, man. The whole country, you hear Paibo, and against such as a baby. Na enieme bi a ekoso abonefo sema hodo a ekoso ge semu ne se o hwese Ghana epese ekutia ma ne ma ware deda ne mema nsense bi akoto parliament o man mra se bedwefia ye dina ye toso no all over the place ya ye mpese ye make a solid decision of it, no.
Don't you think, sir, this one is more natural? Because if we have a meteorological agency, institution, don't you think, sir, they are the people that we have to hold responsible? Say, this is a case. Because I don't think that elsewhere this will happen. You can say, wow, Hana Wano, every minute, don't you know, Zabian Zobeto and Zio into another? The system is the meteorological way. It's not working.
It doesn't matter what will be who say.
And so you think that the problem is not with the institution. It's not natural.
Helicopter. This is not. I don't think that. In Jamaica, say, "Shekwaya helicopter or manebo ma would name Mustafa Hamid more on the sea." I mean, so what's not being over you can see say something wrong somewhere. And I said, near maybe a coso I fatty spiritually. What? How I said? A nipa, ya de Juma Shumun Sasu Conquer. Now, Oshe, the purpose crown, nobody quite said, you would buy in the crown. You move a bruhonoma. Na enyadi near Yajitu Senka, Mukoyes Edumano. But Womu and a dear, a hard journey. And so Botaya no de econo, may say I'm in no money. What you say? And Oman, I didn't can you hear? Say your bomb pie near tree who free near my baby near San Benjamin chain. Said the Babu Akasa said, me mine, a jai omobony, no mobile married in saying, I made you make you moon pie, but I'm a healing or mine. We need healing. Because the moja is shegu negligence leaders ye new moja is shegu innocent blood ye shegu o mana sats one. So say these are near marketing kitia the tree agri ko be who say this is not natural thing nyankopon answer no ye neduma. But another me 100% with my cases but I believe say
okay anyway that's your opinion. That's your opinion.
That's my opinion. Yes. And and you know Omani Yampaibo ye to be I'm so disappointed hearing Baumia getting involved with these legal matters. Because Dr. Baumia, as we're speaking now, the credibility is at stake. The relevancy in the politics is dead. And maybe he's trying to be relevant. Otherwise, and baby are not people expecting Baumia to speak, you know, it's a bra at forcing every budget, you know. This is the areas here. Maybe if it's another area, and if it's a Baumia is more eloquent that he can contribute. And I say,
any area, but may give.
Did you hear Baumia speak about this economy and the budget? So now the worker says it's the one year economy where a legal person, and I said he should come clear for those of us.
And say Abia or Chanadrin, Abia seen on soon because Abia is also entitled as a citizen. Firstly, as a citizen.
MPP party, we have a legal team. Things like this, and they come out and speak about it. Baumia is not a legal person. He has nothing to say. Until America say, if he understand or a legal person, because there are people in the party, and I say, legally, no. If anything in our party now, call a nimukasa, and Baumia. And even Nipana Kasa Baumias were disappointed about the judgment. Uncle her statement and Nipana Miki was say Baumia early conceding defeat 2024 election. A course of MPP form.
But should that necessitate the reason why democracy should not be given the room to prevail? And nothing I will say any say Yama ye keep menking benu emotion and as Yama rule of law in Yenejumana.
No. Me no till. The thing is, who could defend you? Be can you find out defending already? No, who any statement to make it? What kids about me? So you're part of.
Yeah, Matthias say, but I know, and I mean just say, into I don't say no. Should you say because of Baumia say Baumia ni oye and into and into I will say yeah, the right thing to be done, and then I mean maybe sasano.
Yeah, but now I say
because infant said, what the infant said Baumia make a mistake by causing that problem for. MPP and for that matter, Pandai. But no, shouldn't necessitate the reason why I don't see democracy need the rule of law and Koye Jumanana.
Oh, Juma. Now, look, Roya, to be honest with you, I'm one of the person, me democracy crown. It's one of the regime I always think the best crap on everyone. No,
how can that be Ponce to scrapping out? Are you saying that we should go into authoritarian regime?
No, you go to you call the kingdom rule. I am for no more and terminal. We should give power to them for them to operate. Because look, it is so sad for me, like I can, and also Ashanti. Now, me wa Sasia, law nature say, Assassina me one belongs to me. But anything underneath the land belongs to the government. And the government has the right to say, obey to me at this land, and near me was see an ama anybody because of democracy. And the na yakofo bi fi no near the mema santia saase a enema oma those of us na yankopon locate yen say yen tran ho no near the mo gudi obi te north near the asene saso gomfa no obetu no ade ko na me meto na me ma me ne me papa mo a ye free saase na yankopon said that dedicated some so demarcate ma ye no na ye so fa tell me the democracy there. I wish say going forward no it will come to a time you best cripple that law now. It gives you right for government to take control over your resources. And
all right, good. Yeah. I think so. No. I don't know how that can be possible, but it can be possible anyway. Let's move on from there. Then NDC. Do you think the NDC is in sync or is in disarray?
Okay. Into the number I can say. Dr. Bawumiano, so a legal person,
Mati, yes. I think you've said enough on that. I want to leave you to go. Concerning NDC, senior president, take it or Casamana, you different. President today in a different way. The government business is sorted in a different way. Near course, maybe say, is the NDC in sync or is in disarray? What do you make of that?
Okay, one, you see, NDC party now, Casano. Now, yes, sure, said government about no one so bit my baby. Because not Mahama Nin say, will be to me about the president. What share and call for a 1.2 Musia with the Ono Muye Juma. Minamakacha will say, the party is not party, as a came up quite Emumuli Ghana. Because no MPP, NDC member, me Frank, be believe say.
What do you think? So, do you think say? Internally, do you think there's a problem in the?
That's the thing is, say I woman no. NDC would say, Obia lazy in the boot for the next general election.
Inti na we na ebe boa ma ya achieve the ya achieve what is meant for the nation.
Yeah, I'm not expecting anything. I say about achieve anything from this.
Okay, madawasi maminja wa na menko the next caller. Thank you very much. Open poto mamu ajan such a power me next caller. So 30 seconds na me ma corner. Let me try another person.
All right. Before na yara me can say NDC delegate, NPP delegate. Me sremo e dia se me tu me ni say. Ebra na ye campaign 2024. There was a me fa say prophetic message be every Dr. Bawumia ba say if you vote for him, campaign be to assume. The two man on campaign to assume
Okay, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. Thank you very much. I'll go to my next caller. I've given you, it was 10 minutes. Thank you. Frank Medasi, why? Medasi, thank you.
God bless you.
All right, okay. Let me go to my next caller on the WhatsApp. WhatsApp, Pocho, we did the of referee.
Yeah, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is Nini. How are you?
Oh, Nini Akwaba, I'm fine. I'm very fine by the grace of God. What about you?
I'm fantastic.
We thank God. We thank God.
Okay, let me start with the Okada, yeah?
Okay.
The Okada legalization is welcome, but the problem is it should be well arranged. They have to be registered, given ID cards, like we do here with the taxi drivers in London, yeah? Your picture should be on your ID card, and rules should be given to them. They have to regulate them.
Mr. Nini.
The way they are doing now should be something else. They should learn how to learn and know how to know. Because it's human life they're going to save. Because if they drive carelessly like they're doing now, then it's dangerous.
Good. So I'm glad you've touched on the risk involved in that. Now, I know maybe say, couldn't we have looked at a better way of public transport than involving this, knowing the critical issues with Okada? Even Ghana, first of all, how do we regard or respect speed limits in the nation? Are we not putting the life of the people in more danger by legalizing this? Because now, as we legalize it, of course, we can't dispute the relevance of it, especially when you go to crossing now. I don't know me. I know that it's one of the major. In fact, some of them they're a main means of what of operation. But can't you think that as a nation and developing, we could have looked at a better direction with our transport system? First of all, making our roads motorable. Secondly, going into bus at least. Oh, the rural areas maybe be a bus cry. Wouldn't it have been better? Give more revenue to the country and then provide decent and proper means of transportation for the nation and the people.
You see, we've been talking about this, Okada for a very long time, and they continue to increase and increase. How are we going to stop it?
Is it not because we've encouraged it, even to the point of legalizing it? Is it not because we've pampered it, we've not looked at it in the more critical way, or is it like we are allowing politics to overtake us in this direction?
Yeah. The issue here is that we have to. We still have to look into it. If we have to make it more, pronounced in the system. You know what? Look at London. Their infrastructure didn't give them the bicycle lane because of the nature of their roads.
That's also another issue we should even look at. We are legalizing Okada. We are legalizing, but meanwhile we don't even have moto. Where's for only moto? Like we don't have it. So this cars manipulates or move through cars and all that. Are we risking the life of Ghanaians more? And now are we legalizing that? And then I made a person who say, could you say it should not be legalized?
You know what? Even
it's a gray area, isn't it? It's a gray area, isn't it?
The people, they are doing it. So let us legalize it and give them rules and regulations to follow. That's it.
When we've not provided the proper means, as I'm saying, roads in Ukrampo, we don't even have, restricted lanes for this service to go on. So we are endangering our lives like that because
Let's hope if rules and regulations are given to them, they may be able to follow it, and the police will give the authorization to the police to arrest whoever violates the rules and regulations. If you don't have your ID card with you, the police have to find you. If you don't do this, the police have to find you. Actually, let's keep our fingers crossed and see how best we can do it. And let me go to the judiciary.
Okay.
Yeah, the judiciary. You see, we are not used to the judicial system in Ghana. We are now becoming familiar with the judicial system. So for me, like this, if there is any ruling from the court or from I don't talk about it, because there are some rules and regulations that we don't know. Only the judiciary know. So we have to take time to to criticize the judiciary of our country. You understand?
Mr. Nini, hold on with that. With that, we've not touched on my issue and my worry right now. With the president's view being different, the government's business leaders' view being different with regards to this issue, no? Do you say that this contradictory position taken by these two people, no? It's a sign and suggests that government is in sync, or you think the MDC has a problem of unity? There's this the party is in disarray in regards to opinions, because the other day, for instance, the education minister brought an issue on board, but it looks like even within the party, the foreign minister also had a different total view. What is happening in the NDC? Are they leading Ghana with
the context?
Different opinions?
Are you listening to me?
I'm listening.
If you listen to the context from the president, what he said it is premature. Premature.
So why wouldn't now? But don't you think that this even it shows there was no discussion between the president and the government leader, government leader?
Let me explain to you. And what the president says is in line with what is coming from the parliament. He said it is premature to abolish the OSB office.
So are you saying that with this view, as Ghanaians take the view of the government business leader as the voice of the government, as the position of the government, are you saying that the government is having double standard or double, as somebody would say, double view? Or the government doesn't know what it's doing?
Oh my God! I listen.
I am
what
listening.
He is saying is that you cannot abolish the OSB office, but Kisi Ajaben can easily go. And when Kisi Ajaben is gone, the office can be used as a OSB office, special prosecutor office, so that if there is any case, you give it to one person. You see, if there is any case, you just, because this thing is coming from the US.
We understand, but we can't skip the fundamental issue. The fundamental issue is that earlier on, we've had a communication whereby the office must be scrapped by the leader of the government business, which we assume that it is the voice and the position of the president. Now, the president comes back and says it is premature to do that. So who is leading who, and who do we listen to? Is this not a total disarray of the party in leadership of the country?
No, it's a big no. The big no means he said it is premature. And when it's premature, it is premature to abolish the OSB office and not the person. The person the person can be replaced. The person can be replaced.
So two different people.
The OSB office can be used as an office for prosecution. It can be 3-4 people prosecuting different cases. When you finish with your case, you go. Another person is coming
anyway,
to prosecute.
Because of time, what do you say about the other issues? Is our meteorological agency in Ghana serious with us with regards to?
Yes, they are very serious.
So how come? Why couldn't they know, say at this point it's going to rain to distract the state barrier for Honorable, Omani Boama, a man who has served the nation in the capacity of defense minister? Anka, such things shouldn't have to distract the whole thing. Do you think? What went wrong? Are they? I don't know. Are they up to their task?
Let me explain something to you.
Explain. In the next 30 seconds, so I'll let you go.
You said this meteorological, service, job. It's unpredictable. You can predict it, but it will fail. I can't remember those days.
But in the first place, do you even think that they consulted the meteorological? If they didn't, they were not consulted. Do you think that this being a national something, going on, if they are working at least, couldn't they have given some kind of indication? So at this time, it may rain or it might not, at least for proper adjustment, rather than for let this thing to go on. Do you get what I mean?
How do you call it? Royal.
Yes, sir.
We believe in the naturalism. I believe in natural. The nature should take it.
Mr. Nini, don't you think that if the institution is not up to its task, we need to let them be upstanding? Don't you think that they need to sit up? Don't you think that we should rather encourage them to sit up rather than to go this way?
Royal, I keep on saying every time that we are in a period of learning to learn and knowing to know.
Okay,
now that we've seen that something of this nature has happened, anytime I want to do something in Ghana, I'll first of all contact or find out from the the metropolitans to see if metropolitan department to see if it's okay for me to go on with what I want to do.
But we have them in the country, yet this has happened. And you are saying that it's not something we need to, blame them. Anyway, we are not blaming them, but that's opinion. Thank you very much, Nini. I would have to end here, because the line is,
all right, it's
busy at the moment. Thank you very much for your opinion as well. I'll go to the mobile and pick the next caller on the mobile. Mpocho, what mobile so akwaba? We didn't be referee. Hello? Mobile Mpocho, what's the hello?
Otemenga.
Metonka. Mpocho, we didn't be referee.
Your friend, Reverend Captain Kingsley Yabua.
Okay, Rev Akwaba.
British Army and a Church of England.
Thank you.
Now, me person me too for kakra.
Okay.
Me person me too for kakra.
It's you.
Choice for muntie me pa. Ye brabi bekasa your friend Frank. Now, most of him be okay, I agree with him.
Okay, so why don't you also put yours across, instead of referencing?
I mean, what I want to say to him is, Frank, say
no. I think as a host of my show, I have given everybody opportunity to say their views, and I would prefer, and humbly with due respect, say you go to your view. Even if you want to chip in, just do that, but don't mention his name. He has given his opinion, so you two, you can talk about it in your own opinion, in your own view. Why?
So my views are
yes, sir.
Say politics.
Okay.
And I say more politics, Say kasama ubia. It doesn't mean say you always have to run another individual down.
Okay.
And I'm saying this because
yes, sir.
Now there are spokespersons for certain individuals within the MPP.
Okay.
Based on some baby 31st of January.
Leadership election.
Primaries or whatever they call it. Now,
precisely.
There are particular individuals. They have made it their mission to run other candidates down. And my advice is this. So support to candidate A. Now oba the candidate ebetimi aye.
Okay.
Instead of say ebia nipa baako na de bia obobo ni bin sa na sebe and sama enye. And now the why you so be can for nipa no. The advice I'm person with the man no.
Okay. Your advice well said, but then I wish you can go through my issues as you've done with your advice, My issues, is the NDC in sync in their, leadership? There's a disarray in their leadership, and yaka meteorological and sansamene obani muama ni eye no ni ekoso no ni mi finse nkanko yi any Ghana if you want sansamena ekoso. I mean, what do you make of these issues I've discussed?
Okay, first of all, NDC, dear Kosu Omo party no. Well, we all know say for 2028, Mahama on me and stand the
Okay.
And in terms of what is going on in their party, no, they have already started their own infighting in terms of who will be what and who will be, who will be.
So do you think that's the reason why a government business leader has a different view of an issue, and a president also have a different way?
Wait, I'll come on to that.
Okay,
because
okay.
You mentioned education minister and information.
Yeah, I just cited example. For example, what we saw between him and the foreign minister, which
now,
in
terms of the leader of the house and the president, it could be
miscommunication.
Oh, it could be miscommunication because they haven't actually spoke between themselves.
Boss, ukasa miscommunication. How can that happen? Because in the leader of the government business, the president
I'm in leadership. So listen, let's say I work with people.
Okay.
I'm going to speak in platform A. This one is going to speak in platform D. I said it could be. That was the word I used.
Yeah, but you see, I understand you. But what I'm trying to say is, it's a clear contradiction because what the government leader said, it was way after.
It could be miscommunication. But
in what sense?
It could also be a real infighting or or a fractured leadership or fractured relationship between probably the two of them. It
the
could
president
be.
And the leader.
And the key word here should be it could. It could be. Yeah?
But how should it be? It could be when they should be in sync because one is representing the other. And so under normal circumstance. What the president wants is what we should hear from the leader of the government business or the leader who represent the president. But it's clear contradiction. No.
Say say na ukunya position bia. You will have to lie to maintain that position.
So what are you trying to imply?
Okay. We all know we've heard in the media a lot of the things Okujato did, a lot of the things Sam George did, a lot of the things good boy, do you understand?
Sami Jenfi.
Sami Jenfi did. And we now know that a lot of the things they did or said is totally untrue. And that it was a propaganda they used to come into power. So my point is, if you lie your way through a position or a role, you're going to have to lie. You need competence, not propaganda, to run a country. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
So if you use propaganda or lie your way to a certain role, then I'm afraid you're going to have to find a way to sustain yourself when you get that role. And yes, it could be fractured relationship between the government and the leader of the house. We don't know. It's all speculation. We don't know. We can only speculate.
No, but as people, what we see is what we can also, judge or also talk about. And is this not a disturbance to the nation? I mean,
it is.
It shows that where are we going? Where are we heading to?
You can tell clearly, and both these people are on the cabinet. So if the president is saying one thing and the leader of the house is saying one thing, then it's a clear indication of perhaps a problem in the relationship. Martin, can you turn that TV off?
Okay, so interesting.
So
but then,
let me come on Omanebua.
Oh yeah. No. Say a year koso no. Insuo bia eto ya distracted the whole way no na ya sefin kakranti. Me na hamadwin say. Do we have meteorological service or agency in Ghana, which of course we have? Are they working properly?
Maybe can't say.
Okay.
One meteorological company no. We don't
agency Ghana Meteorological Agency. Yeah.
Agency no. One, you and I don't know the resources they have. That's number one. Yeah.
Okay, so it's likely they may have a problem or challenges.
Well, the point is we don't know the resources they have. That's number one. Yeah.
Okay.
Number two, yena ayama Omanebua mano. We na the me can na me Frank ayagwe no. O hwe kwan a accident no efa so ebaye, right?
Mhm.
Na o hwe se ye na yie. Na Bibisasu Esia, again, it might be something there. But I think so Usha NDC for omo pattern.
It is please hold on. It might be something there, which means you're drawing you are gravitating towards spiritual aspects, and so
Which is
spiritual.
what I'm about to explain. Hang on, which is what I'm about to explain. Yeah, it could be something, and I'll explain. Now, NDC have a pattern. So anytime on Beba government, Atroyenchem Bibrieden is C. Yeah. Now, I
don't think it is fair we associate this with a political party when certain things are natural.
My brother,
because this thing, it is not scientifically based. With what you are saying, you are claiming, it is not scientifically
I get that, but you see, in life there is spirituality, there is a spirit realm, and you see the mistake people do is we live our life in the physical realm without observing or discerning what the spirit realm is. There is cause and effect. There is input and there is output. All right?
Yeah.
So, I have been one of these people who have had the opinion, say, President Atameos, Niwono, Enyekwa. President Atameos, Owu Yebesine, Yenya investigation, the cause of death. All right? And so, again, speculation. I am speculating that there could be something within that party that has happened to males that is probably causing all these these disasters that we are seeing. I rest my case.
Which is very spiritual. So I think I will leave your opinion to spirituality. So you want us to tackle it or see it in a spiritual perspective. Thank you very much of that. What do you say? The Minister of Local Government says that we should clean the nation for the purpose of the diaspora coming and Christmas and festive season and all that. What can you should I am asking, say, should cleanliness be part of us? Should be part of our life?
Okay.
Or we should just because we should leave it for Christmas?
I think first of all, you're right. I think it's wrong for him to say that the country should be clean because we are going into Christmas and there will be visitors coming. I think cleaning should be part of our everyday life. You know, there are a lot of phrases people use in Christianity, most of which is not in the Bible, and this is one of them. It is said that cleanliness is next to godliness, right?
Okay, yeah.
Now, Sabi, uye fia, if you betimi ayeden eku, if you ema yare, if you ema niema bibre. Na eya me mobo says obi wo Ghana timi fa baller enso tona enso no susan twam an the baller na yeden akogum owi an obegina baby blame government menua ya na ye ku ye ho obi tika mu wato atachuna bonten o ka che no bra ade na wato ade ato abonten otumi ka che say ade kwan mu e ho na woda, you know. So there is an attitude towards our cleanliness, and that is why Ghana, in fact, over the last 2 weeks.
How do we handle that? Because I've also been one of the people who have the view say we as citizens, we need to also change our attitude towards our sanitation issues. What do we do to change that?
Now,
the people's attitude.
In the last, just I think until last Sunday, it was middle of last week, and then so jaito, and so to Chroma for more 2 weeks, right? So to Ghana, and most people would die. Because again, I'm coming back to the fact that we don't keep ourselves clean in our environment. We don't look after our environment. Each individual in Ghana now needs to take responsibility of looking after our environment. And that means to be being trained baby as I saw the two. Why if you be now Chroma, fashion or to Chroma now fashion baby who could do fear how they have to ball them wash you know, but and this will happen individually, and then collectively we can probably get rid of this the endemic, epidemic, or pandemic of a filth that is killing Ghanaians.
Thank you very much for your view as well. I appreciate your time on the show. Yeah, so. That's it. You can also call and then bring your view as well. The phone lines are still activated. You can also call. So if you want somebody there, we must all change our minds it shouldn't be, say, we have to clean ourselves because Christmas is coming, or we have to, we have to tidy the nation because Christmas is coming. I think that the local government must preach, and then we have to fight the canker of fee, because I believe, say, it is one of the things that seriously. And so if we think, say, oh, visitors will come, and in TSCA, now one day wonder. My view is that tackling sanitation, tackling filth in the country, it should not be a 1 week something. We need to have a national agenda and fight this canker, because and it doesn't speak well of us as a nation. I've got another caller on the line. Pocho 903, we didn't be referee.
Yeah, Roy, how are you? This is Abe.
Abe, I'm fine, thank you. Welcome. What's your perspective?
Pardon?
Yeah, so welcome to the show. What's your perspective, please?
I've listened to most of your callers. Those who are attributing the incident at Omanibuame's thing, I don't agree with them that it is spiritual.
So what is your view?
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You see, if you look at the history, recent history of this NDC government, and don't get me wrong, I don't belong.
No, I'm not getting you wrong. We are all sharing our opinions, so that's why I wish you go on your view.
You know, right now I see Ghana as being ruled by 2 tribes. You understand? I don't belong to any of those tribes, and that is the most devastating form Ghana is going through now. If there will be any civil unrest or anything, it will caused by one of these tribes, or it will be initiated by them.
Would you mind mentioning those tribes so that we can also know?
The two NDC and PP, they are the tribes.
Okay.
You understand?
Well
Unfortunately, when you mention tribalism, we only attribute it to language we speak or our ethnic origin. That is wrong. You understand?
Yeah,
you belong to a tribe, and these 2 tribes are more devastating than the natural ones we have. But let me tell you, you see, if you look at the history of NDC, let me give you instances.
Yeah.
What caused Omanibuame's death was a smoking gun.
A smoking gun? What do you mean by a smoking gun?
A smoking gun for lack of health and safety, for Ghana not taking health and safety seriously. And for that to even occur within the army makes it more serious. 2, if you see the recent incident when during army recruitment, there were no health and safety procedures, and people died. Incredible.
No, but I think with that, I'm sure that they will definitely.
Let me land.
Okay.
If you look at this Omanibuame's thing, which happened yesterday, you saw the way the wind was blowing the tents.
Yeah, so that's why I got worried. Because this is not something but that's why I got worried, and I'm asking that, do we have meteorological agencies, which we have? No.
So it means the organizers and the NDC party itself doesn't take health and safety serious. Let me tell you, I know where you are coming from with regards to the capacity, the resources of the meteorological services.
Agencies.
That is a problem. None of our agencies are well resourced. When I say well resourced, financially, human resource and everything, they are not because
technology and then what have you.
It's not in our psyche. If they give jobs to people occupying these positions based on political party affiliation. So whether the person knows why he or she is there is nobody's concern. So this is a result we will be getting. But the point is, it could also happen that the meteorological service gave me the information. The meteorological service doesn't need to go to them and give them. They have to look out for that.
So you are pushing the blame. So you are pushing the blame on the organizers of the and to the extent the NDC party. Is that what you are saying?
They don't respect health and safety.
No, but we never had any announcement. Do you think that there was any announcement by the
Roya, we don't care of any announcement. We care for the result of what happened.
No, but how on earth? No, I think that blaming NDC with this, it's a bit skeptical because how on earth would NDC ignore? No, please hold on. How do you think that the NDC government would just disregard a notice by the meteorological agency that this time it will rain massively, so they shouldn't hold their funeral?
To give them any notice, they have to go and seek for it.
No, but this is a state barrier for.
What makes this national? I don't see anything national with this.
Is the person in question not?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. What they organized yesterday was a waste of state resources, in terms of time, in terms of human resource. I mean, everything they did there was a waste on us citizens, our resources. And in addition, the risk involved, they didn't care to manage it. Look, the way it could kill many people.
Oh yes. That's why I got worried because I was just worried. Please hold on. I was just worried about how those tents. Yeah, I was just worried about how the movement of those tents could have also end in the casualty of other people and even maybe death of other people, which could have.
When you are organizing events like this, listening to or following the meteorological is one of the risk minimizing approaches you should take. Do you understand? The meteorological agency cannot tell them to obey it. They cannot tell them. They have to minimize this risk, and they didn't care. But that is the examples I've given you show the history of NDC as far as health and safety is concerned, and we are still going.
So you have the view that there was
which led to yesterday should have led to a whole transformation of most of the sectors, but they don't care. This is Ghana for you. The second one, sanitation.
But before we go that, so you have the view that perhaps there were consultation with the meteorological agency concerning the weather and all that, but the government of the day disregarded it.
Roya, we don't care about any
because it blows my mind. It blows my mind.
About the results.
It blows my mind. Honestly, the reason why I'm just stressing it because it blows my mind. As a country, why should this go on? Because I don't think this will actually go on anywhere.
It shows our stupidity in approaching our lives.
Oh, stupidity is a harsh word. Maybe we could use a better word.
I mean, that is how I see it.
Anyway, thanks for that. We can go to the second one.
Okay. The second one is about health and safety, about sanitation. Roya.
Yes, sir.
I will make Accra the cleanest city in Africa.
Yeah.
Where did it end us? Okay.
So that's where we still are. Still in the field.
Then recently, Mama-led NDC said they are coming out with a sanitation policy. Believe me, I fought people on this announcement on different platforms. And I said, look, brother, from some of us from our young years, they wake up and say, do cleaning. Go and remove the gutter. You go and remove it. They put the sun around the gutter. No, this is what we've been doing all these years.
But do you think that as a nation, we've taken our sanitation, issues serious, especially with regards to our drainage, our gutters, and those kind of things? Policies in place politics and law enforcement, in
recent sanitation policy. I told my friends that we've been here before. I even predicted and told them what this policy would be. And lo and behold, it was even less than we expected.
So where's the problem coming from?
No. All what Mama did was call bust of boys. 3 wheelbarrows, 3 trucks. Look, Roya,
yes, sir.
The sanitation issue facing Ghana, it is not in the league of bust of boys.
Yeah, I know. So where's the problem coming from? And how do you think we can tackle it?
What they are doing is like 0.0% of the sanitation problem confronting Ghana.
So how do we tackle it? How do we go about it?
If you just oppose that to what this minister is rubbishly telling us, if everybody in Ghana go and do that.
No. I mean, for please hold on. I would be grateful if you can mind your language.
Okay, let me listen.
With all due respect. Yes, kindly be mindful. So, in fact, you can even take out the rubbish from there because I don't think it's a nice word, Yes, we are criticizing, but at least we should be mindful of our language as well. So rubbish, we take it, we expound it, yes, from this conversation. You can go on.
Roya, you see.
No, I understand you. You see, his point is that the festive season is coming. Visitors are coming to Ghana, so we have to, 1 week we should make the country clean. But I want us to go to proceed.
Here, when you use words like rubbish, stupid, and they don't mean anything.
No, I understand, but it's at least we can't also, underestimate some people. Though certain things are in play, doesn't mean that we should explain. And that's why I'm saying we can be mindful of our language. Yeah, because certain things they are not palatable or pleasant, if I should say so.
The best approach to deal with this sanitation thing is to encourage the local authorities.
Yeah.
Maybe either the main local authorities or bigger local authorities, help them form sanitation companies.
All these things have been done before, but it has not been sustainable.
No, where was it done?
Oh, but like you stated or you cited, I'll make Ghana the most cleanest country in Africa.
That was me.
How far?
You know what he was talking about.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying that what national conversation do we have to make sure that cleanliness becomes a practical thing that we embrace, or we assume to fight this canker in the country because for years that's our problem.
We are not taking the right approach to address this sanitation issue. Do you understand? We are not taking during every 2 years or every year COP. These COP conferences.
Mm-hmm.
The last time they held, I think the last one was about a month or two ago. Then 2 years ago they went to Egypt.
Okay.
Ghana delegation was about 650 something people.
Wow.
This year I don't know. When you go to COP, you are supposed to come and implement the policies from the COP. Is that what we do? We don't know it. So our approach to sanitation itself it won't take us anywhere. It's like we are scratching the surface.
So are we leaving it on like that?
People claim to be managing us. What do we expect?
All right.
I can't go there.
As I leave it to go. So what do you say concerning the kind of contradiction we are having with regards to the various views of the president and the leader of government business concerning the scrapping of the OSP? It looks like the two have different views on this issue. I am asking, is the party, the NDC, in sync with their functioning and leadership of the nation, or the party is in disarray?
You see, Roya, I describe the two of them as tribalists, tribal groups. So these two tribes, if they want to kill themselves...
No, but this time it's not even MPP, NDC. But look at this is what is going on with the NDC.
Yeah, let me, I'll land.
Okay.
If these two group of people want to kill themselves, they want to annihilate themselves, they want to... I don't care. What you are talking about is a breakdown. You ask yourself... Do these people go to cabinet meetings?
Yeah, so that's what I'm wondering. Because I'm thinking that, at least whatever we hear, there should be some kind of, there should be a sync of whatever communication that comes out. So why the president have a different view, government leader has a different view? What's happening? How do we take them seriously?
Yeah, you see, me, when I criticize people, that most people parading themselves as communicators don't even understand the work they are supposed to do. Because your communication is supposed to convince somebody for a buy-in into your point of view. So when you yourself are confused, do you think you'll be able to convince somebody? What the two of them said was a contradiction. So the question is, do they go to cabinet meetings? If they go to cabinet meetings, what agreement did they come to?
But to be very dangerous, that people that we are paying with our taxpayers' money, who's supposed to, have one mindset, one view, and one direction in the leadership of the country, will have various opinions. The other day, education minister and the foreign minister have different, parallel view on a national issue. What is happening? Are we safe? People who've entrusted.
Don't forget that most of the people who occupy these positions don't have any experience. Some of them have not worked before.
But even if there is no experience,
where they are.
even if there's no experience, can there be a communication where we can say, even do they even discuss issues? So, for example, this issue, I ask myself, if anything, wouldn't have the government call the leader and tell him that, oh, leader, this is what I think. So go back to parliament and say it better way, or like rephrase it so that it won't create this kind of mess and the view we are portraying to the people of Ghana.
Why communicating to people is not a matter of coming to insult the people. Do you understand? It shows how unorganized they are. Do you understand? But to me, this is my last worries.
Okay. Just end up. I think that I would have to pick others. So you just quickly finish up, and then I can pick my other caller. 30 seconds wrap up for me.
Okay. Unfortunately, you don't allow me. But
but you got just that's one. No, others also hang on. You're hanging on. So
that Okada thing, it shows how small, Mama. I wonder if he's got a vision.
Why do you say so?
Okada as a transport policy. Okada as a transport policy. Look, when they brought about this Okada thing, and we argued about it, they told us that the Okada will be deployed in our rural areas and villages because that is where they needed it. You understand? Because there's no way you can unleash Okada in the main cities.
All right. Thank you.
But that is exactly what they are.
What is happening? Thank you. Let me just leave you here because others are also hanging on. Thank you very much for your view. I appreciate. Thank you very much. Let me go to the next caller and also pick him. What's up? But also bet me abim. We didn't be referee.
But Maza, refer me out.
Okay.
What's it then?
Yamenadum pa. But you also.
Yamenadum.
Yeah, they mercy. About some like one sense you.
First and foremost, into blame meteorological service there. One update government now.
Okay, so the truth is that you blame one more, but as Mbisa and Yebisa say, aso omu ye juma. Now omu ye juma suswa omu juma ye nete saying because they are the National Meteorological Agency. Also, Mumayu say, Sabrewe, in Subeto, Irrebebo, Sinebea, ye national way, and Fenim Guasi saying, but or Hamba. Into Asama Yebisa say, are they effective? What is the challenge? What is going on? In fact, what is happening? If we have them, I know we have them. If we have them, why should we have some things like this? Until nobody is blaming, but it's a question of efficiency that we are asking.
Yeah, but my saying there, it's predictions now. Way
okay,
they can predict the in Suboto, but in Surunto, and that's they can predict say Suboto in Surunto. Sometimes okay in Suboto. Or to the prophecies are Ghana way in 31st. And that's or predictions in a way. But into Mukade, why they were updated government, now 1 year won't take some measures before.
But first of all, do you even think that Abia there was any update, any communication with regards to the weather before we even got there in the first place?
Yeah, their updates. Adam their updates, is predictions now. It's not. It's probabilities. No, what you saw the pray. What do you weather no?
No, but senior man, when him say now this thing I've gotten to a place technology is in place at certain place, and when they say in Suboto and Suboto,
we don't have that technology. We don't have. Ikoma sometimes what can a snow bottle sometimes what can in Suboto ne snow. So it's predictions. What has been designed in the skies, it's just predictions now. Probabilities now. Okay. But the fact that we use systems, what they that doesn't mean that in Suboto you have to know 100% there in Suboto. No, it doesn't work like that.
Okay.
You cannot bring them in for Insua or Trade. They have nothing to do with it. And that's that.
Okay, so your view is perhaps so you stand that there's a communication, but the prediction went wrong, or what's your conclusion?
My conclusion there, they have nothing to do with the rain falling.
Okay. Well,
they can predict the insuboto, but insunonto.
It can go other way. That's also
they can predict the insuno in the weather no or clear but every shine insuto. And that's they have nothing to do with it. Insuno is nature.
Okay.
You can't cheat nature. What nature has designed is what is going to happen.
And you are right on that. That could also be possible. That could also be very possible. But then, what about the way we are seeing communications within the ruling government? President says something, the government leader saying something. Is there a sync?
They should tell you, they are not. There's no synchronization in the government. Government can come up with something whereby the parliamentary leader of the house does not even have an idea on it.
And who is leading who? Ebanesa, who is leading who?
The president
and why should Ghanaian?
No, I don't know why you are taking this thing like that. Because
no. See, but hold on. Can you hold on for me? I am not taking it some way. What I'm trying to say is, we have a president, we have a leader of government business, whom at the end of the day, Ghanaians, what we take from the leader of government business is whatever he says is what is coming from the president. I mean, the layman, the ordinary Ghanaian, that is what you take. Why should we have different opinions or communication with regards to way? At the end of the day, Ghanaians, because president is to say, Neo instructions from government to say, Intenu say no, Ebanesana, and I say Ekosusano. Get the two men so munshena Omundi Ghanenim. Isn't not a disturbance?
Maybe President Mahama was not speaking in reference to what Ayaga was saying in Parliament.
But if you look at it, there's clear contradiction.
There's no contradiction. President Mahama is saying what he has in his mind.
No, but hold on.
Is also saying
hold on.
If
you said there's no contradiction, please kindly hold on. Government leader or say it should be scrapped. The AOSP office should be scrapped. How they are to the whole Ghana How do we take? Because please can you hold on and say
how has that got to do with the government?
Oh no. So that's why I want us to understand. Say when he says that, as citizens, don't we assume that is what the government is saying? Then the same government also come and says it is premature to take it off.
No.
How do we understand this?
No, you are mistaken. The government is not saying anything. It is President Mahama who is making a speech, and he has something to say about the OSP. Ayariga is making his speech in Parliament. He has something to say with it. They are two different people.
So at the end of the day, are you saying that the government's business leader and the government are two different people? So if two different people are leading Ghana, how do we move forward? How do we take? What do we take seriously, and what do we not take seriously? Is one not representing the other?
Already there have been 10 petitions against the OSP.
I understand. The OSP I understand, sir. But what I'm trying to say is, we have somebody representing somebody. The two of them, we say Obiai, Kranu, Opin, Obiai. So who do we listen to? When we know that one is representing the other, what do we listen to?
Yeah, but what?
And which should we take seriously?
No. You don't have to take all of them seriously because
boss,
they are all speaking in a different context.
So then where are we going? Where are we heading
to? They were all speaking in a different context. They were not speaking about what the government has decided.
But senior man, please hold on. How can two voices? How can we listen to two? I mean, how can we listen to two voices at the same time? Which one are you taking? And who's supposed to communicate the other person's view to the nation?
President Mahama is not making any statement about the OSP.
Oh, boss. President Mahama says it is premature to scrap it. Is leader in parliament saying we should scrap it? So are you saying that you are saying that he's not making a statement? Is this not a statement he has made?
No. He was speaking in reference to the petitions that have been sent to him. He was speaking in reference to the petition. He was not speaking.
Is this not a confusion? Is it not a confusion? And your confusion and confusion.
No.
Okay.
No.
You are entitled to your opinion, and it's welcome. What about the sanitation issues? And as we've discussed, what do you make of that? With other issues,
the sanitation issues in the air. Until the whole Ghana is conscientized about cleanliness, there's nothing you can do. 7 days cleaning every day a week, 7 days a week. There's nothing going because the average Ghanaian knows say Odidi also ought to calculate. Average Ghanaian is there also on so ought to form. And there's no provisions of beans all around the one moons in top on two. There's nothing like that there. You cannot say that the sanitation is unless the whole country is being conscientized. Well, apart from that, there's nothing. We can't do anything. We can do 7 days clean, 24 hours clean. Nothing is going to happen because the whole country is the brain is corrupt.
It's corrupt.
When it comes
so
to
what do we do?
Yeah.
Our brains are corrupt. What do you do to make sure
that
country can be clean?
That is where the civic education come in. That's where the civic education come in. That institution, they either have to dissolve it or equip them so that they can work properly.
Awesome. Would you say anything about the issue with regards to? Well, I think we've exhausted all the three. We've spoken about the meteorological president and then this issue as well. So I think I'll thank you very much for your opinion as well. Thank you very much. And then I'll pick the next caller. All right, Paco, thank you very much. So that's the view of Nanayo. He's also made his submission with regards to the issue. You can also call in and bring yours. 944. Pocho, what's in the baby free?
Roya Michiawa, we are bringing. Your friend Lee, Mikasa Free, Camden Town.
Camden Town. Lee Nakwaba, what is your perspective on the issues?
On what?
On the issues.
Oh, the issues, if I want to talk about this, and I will start from the judiciary.
Okay.
And then, John Mahamani, Bafobon, they have scandalized our courts, the judiciary. Oh, they have Lumba case here, Ebai.
Okay.
Na judge, what they are somewhere we, I'm a judgment we. I'm a plaintiff Nico. Na defendant Naba. No one seen Virginia Holmes say there was an order from above. What Virginia Holmes said, they should pay 2 million Ghana cedis if it exceed 2 o'clock.
Okay.
That means they will do the funeral. I mean, what kind of judgment is this? This is something that the person want to put injunction on it, interlocutory injunction. So the whole thing is, you don't go to the into the merit of the case. It is a woman judgment. We show date in a year. That is the time that you go into the merit of the case. And so, judge to me, said, Article 17, Clause 1. Or say all persons shall be equal before the law. But judge to me show obeying this abroad case, you catch any say. All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. No, you are promoted from circuit court to high court. Where are we heading towards to? And yama when a driver investors away. Because if any investor wants to come to your country, the only 2 things that the person will watch is your security and your judiciary.
So that is the reason why I am asking, say, with these issues going on, we are having contradictory positions taken by the president and the leader of the government business. Do you think the party, the NDC, the government is in sync or is in disarray? When I say disarray, I mean
it is a complete disarray. In the sense that even the president's statement is incomplete. If you say it's premature, that means when the time's ripe, you scrap it.
Okay.
You understand me?
You're also making a point.
Yeah. If you say
okay. So does this? I mean, does this sync and make agreement with the majority leaders' view? Because you've also brought a very good angle, so we can tackle it from.
Of course. Look, the reason why I am supporting and I'm agreeing with you with the disarray is Mahama Yarega sits in cabinet meetings. So if anything at all that he wants to put across, he will say it over there.
Okay.
Wow. Now, no. I just said, so many disarrays going on in there.
So the question becomes, who is leading who? Because President is of this view, is leader, or somebody assent is of this view. So who is leading who? So in this case, do you think that the Mama Yaragano should resign based on for instance, has the minority are even saying, because it's as if they are even misleading the country, or like it's as if.
Now, Massa, if we're to be any serious country there, that is what he's supposed to do. But Ghana, how the money there? Because you being the government, the business
leader
in the house, if you say things like this, it amounts to, I mean, inconsistency, disarray, and even a year or the Deputy Attorney General, the office, Obinso de Omoko Court regarding this case. No, big one thing there.
So in this case, so in this case, what is really happening? I want us to guess, or if guess is the right word, but
the whole
what's our view? What is happening?
Arrogance of power and personality disorder.
But boss, kindly hold on. How can arrogance of power get to a point, say, somebody who is representing a whole president would say something without first consulting the president to have the president's view, to communicate what the president wants about the particular issue confronting the nation? Yeah.
They have started groupings because
to the extent that it's a fight against the president, to disrespect the government, the president.
The president is not going to go for another term or third term. Third term, as you buy, issue statement, he said there's not going to be any third term behind that.
Okay.
This one also too amounts to the same disarray that you are talking about. Sir, President Nabeka said, "Oh, yeah, who the same majority leader, who's you know how more say almost the about over support to third term."
Wow. In this case, Ghanaians, I don't know how Ghanaians are taking it, so should we take them seriously?
They are not a serious government. They did not plan before coming to power. Because if you look at the things they said, especially their flagship policy, like 24-hour confusion, you see, this is something that, you look at the amount of money they have allocated to do that.
But Chief, I'm a bit worried, and I don't understand why a party who we saw their togetherness and all that, now they come into power and these things happening. I still don't understand. In fact, I can't really fathom the miscommunications.
They were rabble rousers.
And is it not too early for us to see some of these things? Is it not too early?
The thing is, agrobaswa if you're not when you know indication, I say,
anyways,
and I started falling apart.
Anyways,
because send you could to the send Bantoni Haruna Drusunyai. How can these two people, they all sit in cabinet? How can this thing happen? When President about? And also just a president.
Yeah, so that's my problem. So like I'm even thinking, say, I mean, why would that display, even if you don't have agreement with certain national issues, why don't you discuss it privately in your cabinet? But you expose or you express your views openly. I mean, different views openly, which brings kind of
arrogance of power and personality disorder. Because be a vice president.
Wow. That is very unfortunate. But then,
vice president.
Yeah, I mean, it baffles my mind. So I think that I will let us move on to the other issues.
The thing is, the only thing we have to do now is we have to wait for the 4 years, because these people are not here to help to do any business or to help Ghanaians.
Thank you.
All the things that they have said, they can. One can say, "What is here? What is here?" You might have worked your quarter so 9%. More quarter electricity move 28%.
Okay, that's also another matter. Okay, that's another matter.
You two was here. Drones were supply no.
Director, that's another matter. But I understand you. But can you move on to the other issues I've discussed here? The meteorological. On Manimbo, and other matters. Sanitation.
The only thing you have to ask yourself is that has this meteorological thing have they been resourced? Well, idea. Me who budget the crowd that Sankroford. Me who budget that. And in society where you see, I see excellence and be said, a one crophonical way, no. Hello.
I'm listening, sir. I'm on the line.
Because all the warrior corner fast we when necessary corner way and corner we could see na nine. When necessary corner way and corner we could see na nine. And that's how the incident TBC. And you know, I didn't see no. Say no be can na would in the chin. They be this power be and this incident, you know.
Oh, what I'm trying to say, they can't blame NDC and I said they can't tag that with NDC and NDC. Now, you know, I think it is not a good tag we can tag them. It's your opinion, but I don't think that it is something which is more natural and we can attribute it much to spirituality. So I mean, I think.
And I saw your 4 year recruitment and natural.
Understand way no this is clear way. Now woman crofwe bottom pin of our what happens? We could have managed it in proper way. But I don't know, I mean just a natural spiritual.
So Ukoyi 4-star general fee or not the 1-star, but this is the results you get. Because I didn't say so I did what you see. Who therefore little 15th June 2015 when you pay we and so for ever nipa na e janso nemu so shenkrofo 15th May nipa be 150
all these things for me you're entitled to your opinion as say a spiritual, but I mean I think say it's more natural. If we have proper things in place, we could have kept these natural occurrences. And maybe can say issue I see.
The people in the realm of affairs, they are incompetent.
Anyways.
They can talk,
anyways,
but they can't do the job.
Anyways, sanitation issue. What do you make of it? And then maybe
sanitation issue there. Well, we need to. Obiabegi na all kind of hey. Have of a fair you will kufa do SCSO. A whole no sorry, I'm more toilet grounds, and I'm more toilet to ball and near day in a go. Oh, a year have we are you will kufa do akusi do Jamestown yard. A whole no more toilet. So how can we come back and say that? As I say, I mean,
so you see, so it means that the issue, we can also blame the government alone. We the citizens, we need to also we need to also change our minds,
of course,
change our attitude.
If I don't go to a government in this moment, seriously, because we need attitude rehabilitation. Because if we don't change our attitude, this is what is going to happen. They have to put it in the curriculum from the onset so that we can learn from school.
Okay.
So you don't litter, you don't do this. I don't know who the now about if you chrome Ghana. That's on no one to be to a Ukraine. You see for a fin and if because they have taught them from school. Ghana
30 seconds now wrap up, mommy. Why?
You never wrap up on it. Never person making an answer. Actually, need to you rubber so said or no one nipple between ye if it's how ni amani because going in was standing in a very good but we stands for
the news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
So I'll pick this last call in the next 30 seconds and then we'll wrap up the show. Pochonka me kwine about our baby the mama kwine na unsubrana minonko. 855 also then whatever let's just give you just few minutes and minko. DJ DS is in the building.
Royal,
yes, sir.
Good job this afternoon, Ganubi.
Obada Yumoshi for God and country.
Security in Ghana. Ghanaians, I have said it was our program on many occasions. Security is one of the non-starter. Yankra Yeti Krumhano, Yako Ghana, security does not apply. Because Ghana, nobody cares. Right? Now, Ghana, look at how people accidents. Drivers are driving the way they want. Motorcyclists are riding the way they want. Nobody cares.
No regard for speed limits.
Entinu so fi krom ha na ko Ghana. Now one found security and share with them, as I've been saying over the years, you go to Ghana and from the airport, you wouldn't even get to your home. You'll be dead on arrival. Secondly, when it comes to sanitation, most people don't understand. Majority of we, the citizens of Ghana, are filthy. Start with. Majority of us.
Yeah. Open your wrap up quickly. DJ DS is in the building.
Ghana, all the institutions, do they have a proper sanitation? You won't get anywhere to go and ease yourself or have a pee. All these restaurants, even referrals to restaurants in this country, Ghanaian owned restaurants, look at their sanitations. In their own restaurants, so in the
so it means that Adiana Nkasa Yesu, I would say first of all you deal with Yesu with the issue of sanitation.
Exactly. Because Ghana, some of these Ghanaian restaurants now complaining about one toilet. They get angry. And they live in the so-called first world. And you know, and yes, obi call a toilet one puano. Look at Cape Coast Castle, where you have all the tourists all over the world. Even Obama buy a crowd, that there were people easing themselves behind a year. It was a year. Why do you know?
So this one, the question would be said nationally. No, do we have? Are we fighting this canker with enough, strength, enough policies, enough law enforcement? Are we doing enough to tackle it, just to make it just one day wonder?
You know what? The institutions in Ghana don't work from A to Z. Institutions don't work. Whether our judiciary, whether our police, whether our whatever, Air Force, military, nothing works.
So what do we do? What do we do? Well, going forward?
It's entirely that the government has to put its foot down and make institutions work.
Okay.
The head of the institutions, if they don't work, you sack them. But the point is this. A lot of our head of states who have come and gone don't have the balls to sack people.
So you are talking about the political will.
We don't have it. We don't have it. All what they're doing is driving along the highways with a police escort.
Good.
Blue flashing lights.
Thank you. Is the NDC in sync, or there's disarray, or is in disarray with regards to the contradictory position between the president and the leader of government business in parliament with the issue of the OSP scrapping?
Said the leader of the opposition made the wrong move.
The leader of the incumbent government, rather.
Yeah,
majority
leader. Consulted, even if he has taken a decision, he has gone. He should put a head of state or
no consulting answer.
Yeah, answer. You don't have to go and throw something in the air.
Do you agree with the support for his resignation?
Royal in Ghana who have resigned.
Thank you very much for also calling. Thank you very much. This is where I end the show. Thank you. DJ DS is in the building. We end the show right here. But before I do go, let me remind you, sir, when it comes to security, Techion Security Service Limited, they are best you can trust. They do event security, property security, corporate protection, close protection, door supervisors, CCTV operators. Call them on 0749-844-8530 or 07432402117. The master make out with them. These days some money apps there. One moment they are working, the next day they got suspended for a whole month. But when you are sending money home to Ghana, you need something you can truly trust. That's why we use SendWave. They keep going strong, fully compliant, reliable, fast, and with excellent rate. Download the SendWave app today and use promo code HOTDigital for £10 free credit on your first transfer to Ghana. Likewise, Fraud Alert Express Ghana Visa and Passport. They've got special and discounted British Airways first to Ghana. Makra precisely. But your Christmas, by Easter, Basama Baba, we process your COVID-19 PCR free to travel for you into Bombas Nana Frey. Friday letter war 02076193843 and 07939656611. Or was 57 Stroud Green Road, Finsbury Park, London, N43G. There's a great news for you, and that's Fast Pace Transfer has released its new and enhanced FP Transfer app for your convenience and peace of mind when sending money home. Just download the FP Transfer app from the Google and Play stores, sign up, and you are good to go. You can also send money via Fast Pace Transfer's website, www.fastpacetransfer.com. For competitive rates, not an issue at all. Make your loved ones happy by using Fast Pace Transfer's instant payment platform for fast pace transfer there. What's me control there beyond remittances. The Master Unity link so me carry there up on the money transfer to Ghana with the one cutting panty bombers now on board because they do mobile money transfer to all major networks in Ghana, cash pickups to 18 banks plus all rural banks in Ghana, bank deposit to all banks in Ghana, and after airtime top up worldwide. Bomber national which are one rebel of havens so Obano Adam Papa with the Biaba. It's going for about $55,000. They have buildings which are nestled in the trunky hills of the Mensa Damfa. Rebel of Heavens offer more than just a residence. It provides a lifestyle of comfort and security. Which are 0244764999. Another 0553751933. Rebel of Social Housing, where your housing dreams becomes a reality. So that's it. Grand opening of restaurants. I Dutch's Kitchen and Pub. For 30th of December, 12 p.m. Now starting. And the bombers and which I nowadays ban I plus 233-5370-13487. Another plus 233-536-863891. Doctors Limited, so Obano removers, house moving, store pickup, man and van hire, express delivery. Pocho bombers in the panty show when you check on 0746-059-4571. Make moving better and easy. ENG and the man so Bomechi Dom and Mezi program at the bro. Show when you check on Pocho hot digital campaign or Kodo in Timpo Pochura bombers nana, Fescaka Crafo to Manafo support the hot digital high. Na Uncle Yen, I am Kodrana, you keep it the transmission, alive. You keep it airwaves alive. The account holder is Hot Digital Limited. Account number is 76364379. Source code is 090128. 1436. DJ DS is in the building, coming on your way with a base of great music and entertainment. I brought you the weekend review here on Hot Digital Online Radio. Special thanks and special credits to www.myjoyonline.com, hotdigitalonline.com, ghanaweb.com, BBC, and then likewise Ghana Web for the great news and then the stories. Likewise, I want to say special thanks to my executive producer, Mr. Van Dyke, station manager, programs manager, Opening Manful. Thank you very much, and then thank you so much for you, my cherished listener, my caller. Thank you, say, Mama program and AI successful. I really appreciate. In fact, Mamba program but you all called contributed, and together we all shared our opinions and views on the show. This is where I end the show. 1437. My name remains Roya. DJ DS is in with great music. But I think I have to leave you with my drill. Life does not give you what you want. It gives you what you work hard for. You may want it all in life. It might not be possible. And so what I think is that since it is not possible to have everything in life, let us know that we came into the world not for anything, but for a respected name. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name remains Roya. I'll catch you on the flip side of time. For now, it's bye-bye.
Success music. Why knows how I'm God? John Mr. JP. This is for my ladies in the house. And man, I'm a hustle to see the dollar bill. Me pamo chow, me my baby, I'm a how. Umpeduma doesn't matter how you feel. Yeah, this is the strength of a woman. Ain't nobody better than the boss chick. All the ladies who they fight for the moolah. What they want, nobody for touch. Cause she know the phone quick. Self-made. What to mean challenge she, cause she be well paid. On per boy, she looking for help mate. Cause she know they suffer from sulfate. And when you are hell late. she go pull up on you. What's up with friend and a woman will cause I wanna say good day you my yard. I'm a hang up on you. When you want bar now with them home, now what I can I would die. They say I got love for you. Now say get the work I cry. That's still I was what came out with ya. She go ride or die for you. Me say ride or die for you. Baby, you know say me I got the love